What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. That definitely helps to support the channel. Also, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Also, share and like the videos as well, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. So happy Friday, you guys. Happy Friday. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope everybody is doing well. Are you guys ready to see the Mike Tyson fight tonight? Because I am ready. Yes, I am. So I'm gonna be tuned in. I wonder if you guys are gonna be tuned into that to see what happens, baby, because I cannot wait. Yeah, so we're gonna get into this live stream. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. Shout out to everybody watching. Lorenzo Redmond, Kevin from Brooklyn, Fourth Dimension, Chris T, Third Ward 504. What's going on? Says, let's go. All right. Good to see you here. Eric Stiegel. I hope I'm saying that right. Laverne Shepard. Thank you so much for being here, Laverne. I appreciate you. Jaden Seymour, Larry Norman. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching, y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. So you guys see the title. So we're gonna hop right into it. Get ready to chime in the chat. Get ready to give your thoughts, your opinions, all of that in the chat. I definitely want to hear from y'all. If you're feeling generous and you want to support the channel via Super Chat or Cash App, the links are posted. Cash App, of course, is posted if you want to support the channel that way. But also, just like the stream. Liking the stream helps a whole lot and supports the channel a whole lot. So make sure you're hitting the likes. Just as many people as we have in the building, we want to have just as many likes. All right. So yeah. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this. I want to play this clip really quickly. Real quick. This is my little political little snippet that I'm going to be incorporating to my channel while we're in the political season and beyond. But I wanted to go ahead and play this and let me know what y'all think real quick before we get into the actual video title clips. Here we go.
Harris election campaign thing, and I just feel like, let me just say this to everybody out there who voted for Kamala Harris. I think y'all stupid as the mother. Stupid as a mother. She talk about the one thing they go off on is the reproductive rights. Who's in office right now? If Donald Trump changed it when he was in office, it been 3 years. You ran off of it last time. Under this administration that y'all claim y'all love and she's so good for the country, why haven't they done what they planned on doing 3 years ago? They still coming up with these same talking points, and you stupid motherfuckers are still buying into the same dumb they said last time.
He hype. He was overhyped. Oh my God. Do y'all agree or disagree? Let me know. People are still up in arms about the election choice of the people. People are still, crashing out. And I'm just like, look, get over it. Get your life together. Move on. Live your life. You can't continuously crash out over who the president is or who the president isn't. Just live your life, do your thing, and you'll be fine. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, young Riaz? I hope I'm saying that right. King Drip, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Jada says he looked mad. He do. He's pissed. He's pissed. And I don't think anybody should. I mean, look, whether you agree or disagree, I don't think you should be that pissed. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it go. Move on. But that's my little political, little throw in there for this, little tip, piece of political opinion for today's live stream, y'all. All right, let's move on. So we're gonna move on to this first clip I want to play for you guys. The title says "Independent Women Don't Need Good Men." Plus Kevin Samuels on Kendra G, child. So we're gonna kind of go through that a little bit, and then and I want to get y'all thoughts on it, on all of this. So definitely chime in the comments and definitely hit the like button, you guys. So I want to play this little clip real quick and I want to get y'all thoughts on it. And I'm going to also chime in and give my 2 cents per usual. All right, here we go.
Generation talk about wanting a woman who brings something to the table. But when they find a woman who is actually independent, they feel like, oh, she's masculine. She don't need me for anything. But the minute that woman tries to depend on him, either he don't got it or he can't match the type of lifestyle that she's used to. So they get mad at you for being independent and having things together to the point where they can't keep up with you. But they will also get mad at you if you depend on them and you don't have the same amount of money as them. They start to look at you like, oh, well, what you bring to the table? I can't date no woman who ain't got an income and who can't go 50-50 with me. Make up your mind, sir. And I'm starting to realize that this issue is not a woman issue. It's an issue of ego, because it's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. It's a double conundrum. If I'm independent, I'm making too much money, or I can't afford that woman, she's too high maintenance, or nah, she ain't her masculine. And if I'm too dependent on my man, nah, I need a woman that brings something to the table. Baby, you're the problem.
So what do you guys think about what she had to say? Definitely chime in the comments. Now, I will say this. We of course, it's like a gender war. We got women blaming men and men blaming women, of course, because each side, has a perspective and nobody wants to be wrong. But I will say, listen, independent, I think for a lot of women who claim to be independent women, they don't know how to be in relationships. And I think the problem is, and what I've realized when it comes to women making money, they don't know how to act. Bottom line, men have always had to be the providers. Men have always been looked at as the ones to go out and work and provide. You're supposed to provide for a family. You're supposed to make it happen, right? So that's the whole traditional role. The man went out and worked outside the home, paid the bills, while the woman was responsible for the household and the kids, right? That was the way it was set up traditionally. So that was always the thing. Men always knew, hey, they had to be able to provide for themselves and also provide for others if they want a family and, all of this, a wife and kids, right? So that was always what men were expected to do. But women fought for equality, right? Women fought to have the rights to be able to work and do what men are doing and not be, because they didn't want to be in the homes cooking and cleaning and raising kids. They wanted to do more. You wanted to be doctors, nurses, you want to have your own business. You want to be able to work outside the home. So you fought for that. Now you have it. But what they didn't measure up or contemplate is the mentality that came with women making the money. See, it's a difference between a successful man making money and versus a successful woman financially. When women make money, they still have this dual mentality. Like one side, I want to be independent, make all my money, but the other side, you still want that traditional lifestyle. So you still want men to be. This is why they still want men to be traditional, to come in and pay all the bills, in spite of them being able to make money themselves. And that's the part that I think women are struggling with, because you want that. You want to have that security from a male provider, but you also want to be independent and be able to provide for yourself. And that is the problem that they have. And if we really want to keep it honest, that's the truth of it all. Women want the support of men, but they want to be independent as well. So they want you to come in to pay all the bills. This is what they say. Be able to be the man. Be the man. You're the provider. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. But they don't want to be the traditional women of yesteryear. They don't want to be the traditional women that stayed at home, didn't work outside the house. They don't want to allow the man to be the leader, fully lead the household. They want to have some stake in it. They want to be able to make money, to have some sort of control so they can still have leverage in the situation. So if he's working, paying all the bills, you want to work too. So you're not really contributing to the role that would really be your part, because you want to be independently able to work, make your money, keep your money while he spends his money in a traditional way, but you're not doing what you're traditionally supposed to do. And that's the problem. I don't think men are intimidated by women who make money, because they tell us they're not. And they just don't want somebody who's trying to control them. And that's what a lot of women want to do. Women, to me, you didn't want equality. You wanted control. You want to be able to control the household, control the man, control the narrative. You want to be the boss of the man. You want to be able to have leverage over him to do whatever it is you want to do, but then tell him what he can and cannot do. And that's their problem. It's not a problem of you making money, but independent women don't want to be cooperative. See, the problem is there's no cooperation with independent women. They feel like because they make the money and the roles wasn't originally that way, it wasn't originally set up for women to be the leaders and make the money and be independent. So now that we are, somehow they think they're the prize and you're supposed to cater to them. That is the problem. When she talk about ego, no, these women have it in their minds, I can make the money because I'm independent and I can do this and I do that. But you still need to take care of me. You still need to be the primary breadwinner. You still need to be the one making all the money, paying all the bills. And I could just be independent and do what I want. But they didn't realize it doesn't work that way. If you want to be an independent woman, then that is not conducive to healthy relationships, stable relationships with a man. It's impossible to be, in my opinion, because there are some who disagree, but I get it. But to me, I think it's impossible to have a long-lasting, stable relationship if you are an independent woman, because it's going to clash. You're too independent, and with you being an independent woman comes an independent mindset, and that's what we see. It's not that, oh no, you want a woman who's taking care of herself, right? A woman who knows how to take care of herself. She's just not sitting back and don't know how to do anything. You just being an adult means you have to take care of yourself. So that's it. But the problem is, once again, and we say it all the time, and I think a lot of people say, oh, it's the mindset, but they don't really elaborate on it. The mindset, this is the mindset of most women. You want to be able to make the money and complain about it, and still want the man to make more than you. So if you make six figures, you want him, if you make 100,000, you want him to make 100,000 or more. That's where that mentality comes from, because she still innately wants to feel like the man is fully taking care of her. But you got to realize these are modern times. They've changed. Y'all fought for equality. You have it. But your mindset is, hey, if I can make the money, then he's not a man because he can't take care of me. No, y'all have proven and fought for the ability to make money and take care of yourself. You can't have it both ways. So if you're able to support yourself and take care of yourself, that's fine. But you got to understand, when you're dealing with a man in a relationship, it's a cooperation thing. It's not about a selfish mentality. It's not, oh, I'm the boss, I make more than you. You need to level up because you need to make more than me to take care of me and pay my bill. No, baby, this ain't that type of time. You don't want to be a traditional housewife taking care of the house 100% of the time, full time with the kids. You want to be outside. You want to make your own money. But honestly, when you think about it, in a relationship, there's no such thing as your own money. Every money, all of the monies that come into the household should be contributed to the household and the family. So it's not your own. It's for the family. But men have been supporting families. Men have been primary providers, the ones working the majority of the time, taking care of the household, taking care of the kids, taking care of it all. And you don't really hear a bunch of men. Now, there may be some who have this idea that I'm the boss and they're running their ship the way they want to run it. But the majority of men aren't out here boasting about, I make my own money and I'm a man and you don't hear a bunch of men saying that, because they already know that was what was expected of them. But because it wasn't expected of women, and women fought to be able to go out and work and make their own money, now they think somehow they're supposed to be praised because they were able to do it. No, you're not praised for it, and that bothers them. And they don't want to contribute. That's the problem, in my opinion. You don't want to contribute to the household. You want to make your money and claim boss chick status, but you don't want to contribute financially in any way. You think the man is still supposed to provide 100% of the financials to the household when you're capable and able, fought for this and capable, able to do it, but you don't want to really. That's the problem. And once again, they want to put it on the men, but it's not always the man. It's not always the men. Men have always known and told what they need to do and what they need to do for a woman. but women have never really been told what they need to do for a man. And the fact that now that you have these independent women who can go out and work and they don't need a man, well, you got to understand, in order for you to have a successful relationship, you have to contribute. If you're not at home doing the cooking and the cleaning and rearing the kids and you out working, then you got to contribute in that way. So both contribute financially, whether in, it don't, look, people, we talk about 50-50. It don't have to always be 50-50 the way you think, like, oh, the rent, you 50-50 the light bill. No, it means you contribute. But it could be in any other facets as other areas as well. You contribute money and resources in other ways, but you have to contribute. You just can't take your money, stack your cash because you're an independent chick with a man, and the two don't go together. Independent woman and relationship does not go together. That's like saying a man is independent, but he want a wife, but he don't want to really do anything for his family. He don't want to pay no bills. He's an independent man making his money, but he want a wife and he want a family. But because she's working, he tells her, well, you independent, you make just as much as I make or more, so you pay all the bills, and I'm gonna just work and stack my money. That wouldn't fly. But what I don't understand, see, women want a different they want equality, but they want to be treated differently. You want the same as the men, but you want to tweak it a little bit. You don't really want it to be exactly the way it should be. If you're talking about you want to be just as equal as a man, no, you want exceptions. And that's really the problem. So in this independent woman mindset is why these women are single, why they can't get a man or keep them. They don't understand balance. They don't understand cooperation, because when women make money, and they have a totally different outlook from a man, different from a man knows I want to make money. I want to do well because I want to take care of my family. I want to be able to provide for my family. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of men working and getting creating a family and possibly getting a wife or whatever. And it's, you want to buy a house. The house is to put your family in. Usually when men get married and want to start a family, they want to buy a house to put their family in. They want to create an atmosphere that will, help them, build a successful family life. They want to have their wife in a comfortable position so that she's able to take care of the kids and take care of the household and build a solid foundation for him and his family, for the family, while he goes out and make the money. That's the whole point. But now you have women out here, single mothers, and there's nothing wrong being a single mother and buying a house, but they're buying a house, of course, because you have kids. You got to put them kids in it. But then it's almost like they're using that as a grandstand to prove a point that they're doing better than the men, like it's a competition. Also, I say this too, you can't go into a relationship competing. It fails every time. You can't go into it with this mindset of I'm doing better than you. That's going to cause a rift in the relationship, and it's eventually going to end. It's not a competition. Y'all should be on the same team. Y'all should not be on opposing views of what you want for your life and how you want to build your family. You need to be working together. You need to have unity. You can't go into it with these opposing views and thinking that you're independent of your man and your children. That's never going to work. And these are some of the reasons why a lot of relationships fail. That's all I'm saying. Excuse me, y'all. That's why a lot of relationships fail. Because women want a different outcome. Women feel like, oh, I'm able to make money and I'm making all this money. These men should be able to do better because we're the same. We're not the same. And things that things that work for women don't always work for men, and vice versa, because we're not the same. A woman could go and make 6 figures doing OnlyFans at a time, and just because she's able to do that, she thinks that a man should be making that too. But he can't go to OnlyFans and make the amount of money that you're doing unless y'all making it together, maybe. But the same is not the same for men and women, but women tend to think it is. Reese Jenkins says there's no such thing as being independent. Thank you so much for the super chat, Reese. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Yeah, I think the independent woman mindset it ruins relationships. This is why they're single, complaining, saying they can't find a man, because the minute you meet a guy and you start spouting out that independent mindset and that independent thought process, the men pick that up quickly. They're like, "Oh, well, damn, there's never going to be any cooperation in this." You know, a relationship involves two people working together, not you over here saying, "I make 6 figures. What you make? You make 80,000. You can't compete with me. You don't do it better than me, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do that, and all this." It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And I think they realize that, but at some point, they realize it, well, because they see the way the men are responding, but they don't fully want to accept the fact that of the outcomes of it, you know. So once again, what do? Just blame the man. Oh, these men, what are you? You're damned. No, men are damned if they do and damned if they don't. Because if you have, you know, you can have a provider man, and we've seen this, men who will provide, but somehow the men who are usually the provider men, these women don't want. They say they want good men who can provide. How many times we've heard women say they walked away from a man who was paying all the bills, he was providing, but she didn't feel comfortable. She felt like she wanted something else, or he was controlling all the finances and she wasn't comfortable. She wasn't able to rest in her femininity. She wasn't able to sit there and just be feminine and take care of the household and the kids and be at peace. She was fighting with that, because that feminist side of her is like, I need to be working. I need to be doing this. So you walk away from a good man who was taking care of everything to go out and struggle, to turn around and complain about struggling. And that men won't do this and men won't do that. But you had a man who was doing it, but maybe he was not doing it the way you wanted to. Now you got to go out here and struggle with the kids and figure it out. I'll never forget this woman that was on Kevin Samuels' show. This lady left her husband. She said he was paying all the bills, but she wanted to be a nurse. So she had the itch to go out and do something for herself. She had kids. And so she got tired of being at home with the kids. And, you know, she wanted to go work, right? Left her husband and ended up getting in, being on welfare and living in housing, government housing, like the projects, basically, living on government assistance, struggling because she felt like she needed to be doing something else, and she couldn't just be at home with the kids and raise the kids. She couldn't do that. But she didn't have to worry about the bills. She said the man worked full time, taking care of all the bills. You didn't have to worry about that. All you do is take care of your kids that you brought into this world. But that's not enough. And oftentimes people minimize women who are housewives. I've experienced it myself when my children were smaller. I said this before on this channel. I was belittled and minimized as well, that my job as a housewife was not enough, that somehow I needed to be back out working and struggling. Because when I was young working, I was struggling before I met my husband, to be honest with you. It wasn't all that great. Like any young person working, I wasn't making a whole lot of money. But then when I met my husband and became he paid all the bills. I was at home with raising the kids. Somehow that wasn't enough. I was told I was not taking care of myself. Well, I am taking care of myself. I'm getting up, making sure I'm good. And my husband is taking care of me and the kids. What's wrong with that? This is why I say the mentality is the problem. People are shamed. Women are shamed and belittled when they are at home taking care of their responsibilities, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids while the man is out working. As much as women say they want that and they try to shame men for not doing it, the men who are doing it, when you see it in real time, there are women who actually criticize that, which is mind-boggling to me. This is how I could speak on these things, because I've actually experienced it. Being shamed and belittled because I have a husband who worked and paid the bills while I was at home taking care of my kids. You cannot make it up. But there are women who wish for that lifestyle, and there are some who actually get it, and some of them don't even want it. So, it is a rock and a hard place for men, in my opinion, because they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. Because if they give you what you want something else. You're never content, or you're never comfortable. You're struggling with being feminine and masculine. You're struggling with being an alpha chick and being a submissive wife, doing what you should be doing if you got a supportive, loving husband taking care of his responsibilities. So it's just crazy to me. And then I'll say this too, because this woman mentioned something about men not being able to deal with women who say they're doing too much, and women who are successful, and men thinking that men can't handle a woman who's successful because she's high maintenance and all this. See, that's another thing too. Women make a certain amount of money and they spend more than what they make. A lot of them. So you make more, so you believe you should spend more. A lot of men don't move that way. There may be some, but a lot of them don't. They make more, but they like to save more. Women are the ones who like to spend a lot more. We're the biggest, consumers. We spend way more than men. And I don't know the numbers, but I know they're high. So men are a little bit more conservative when it comes to spending than women are. So women make more and they spend more. This is why a lot of things are catered to women, because they know that they can make the money off of us. Separate the households, separate the men from the women, because you can control the women. You can put a narrative out there. They're going to jump on it. They're going to run with it. Give them some money, allow them to make money, and they're going to spend it all. Men are much more conservative. Men will go without certain things. Men will have a little bit more, they don't impulse shop like that. The majority of them. Not saying that because there are some men who like to spend. It's not all, but I say the majority. The majority of men are more conservative when it comes to spending. They don't jump and buy this and every little thing. As soon as we want something, we jumping and getting it. And if we making the money, we feel entitled to do so. We don't think about, budgeting or going without this. We don't really need this. If we want it, we getting it. We don't think conservatively when it comes to spending, a lot of us. And men do. So when a woman meets a man who makes good money, the first thing she thinks, he needs to spend money on me. He's not thinking of spending money on you, because he's being conservative and he understands that money has to last and he's building on it. Women, on the other hand, you make money, boom, spend it. Get the most expensive car, get the most expensive house, most expensive this, because you got to have the best of everything, right? So when you talk about a man who is not on your level financially, it doesn't mean he's not on your level. He's just more conservative with his spending. And he's not going to spend his money all willy-nilly, because he knows he's trying to build a future. But so women like to say, men like to look at you and say, you're independent, you make more money than me, and you're intimidated by that. No, they're not intimidated by that. They just know it's going to be a clash if he decides to try to be in a relationship with you, because you're going to make a lot of money. But not only are you going to make the money as the woman, you're still going to expect him to take his money and spend it all on your superficial lifestyle. So that's where the clash happens. Women want men to take over their spending habits, and that's not going to work, because most men don't spend like that. Men could have an apartment or a house and they don't have a whole lot of furniture even in it. They will have a bed. They will have the simplest setup. And there was a post about this where they showed the man's apartment or whatever. He had a bed, a TV, he had the necessities, and men will live like that just comfortably as all get out. Women, and this is where women believe, we add to it, because we'll come in and we'll beautify that thing. We'll come in and we'll make it nicer, more cushiony. We'll add more pillows to the couch, more comforters to the bed, more pillows on the bed. We'll add some draperies. We'll add the fluff to it. And I think that's a good balance. And I think that's okay for women to add, but it doesn't have to be the most expensive. You need to have a budget. You need to be concerned about your spending. You got to have discipline, also cooperation. You can't just think that, because a man makes money, that he's just supposed to, start all this reckless spending. No. And I think that's where a lot of women need to grow up and need to realize that just because you got it don't mean you need to spend it. That having the necessities and some level of comfort is fine, but women go overboard. We always want stuff. We always see something we want to get it. We don't want to wait. We just want to spend. And this is why we're probably the most in debt, because they talk about getting these degrees. You get the degree, you're in your old student loans, and on top of that, any money that you make, you're constantly spending it. This is why you want men to replace your spending habits. And I think that also financially is part of the reason why a lot of these men don't want to get with these women who look like they're high maintenance, not because they're intimidated. They don't want to take on your lifestyle because they know that'll cause them to go broke. And they don't want to work. Nobody wants to, but the women don't care because they want you to spend it. They want to conserve theirs then, but they want you to take it on. And that's the problem. So I personally don't believe men are sitting around saying, I'm intimidated by a woman with this lifestyle. She look high maintenance. No, he don't want to pay for that shit. He don't want to pay for your high maintenance lifestyle. He want to save his money. He want to build his money up. He's looking for toward the future. While women are sitting here making the money and want to save it and want you to take on that lifestyle. And I don't know. That's the problem. It's not that they can't, they don't want to. They don't want to. So, that's just what it is. And they have a problem with that. You don't want to conserve. You don't want to be, have conservative spending. You don't want to budget. You think you want to live like a superstar. You think that, just got it. Let's go spend it. Let's get the Lamborghini. Let's get this. Let's get that. The most expensive house. No, that's not what it's all about. If you're talking about, having children, you want something for your children's future and all those things, you can't keep spending like that. But that is really, if you ask me, that is really the issue. Women spend too much. They're tired of spending. They done spent all their money. They're in debt up to their ears or to their eyebrows. And now you want a man to come in and pay all your bills, take care of you so you can build your money back up and save it to the side. So when you get tired of him, you can keep on moving and you can continue your lifestyle. That's a problem. That's why relationships is not going to work with that mindset. I'm just saying. Sunlight Bay says teamwork makes the dream work. Exactly. It surely does. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. See, Irving, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I believe a lot of independent women think they can lead the relationship. They do. But those relationships normally lead to its end. The people over here in Europe need your message, DeeDee. Thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to you from Europe. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. And I didn't know you was in Europe. See, Irving, do you live there? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. So that is the real reason why. Give me 1 second. So that's why they want the men to come in and pay for their lifestyle. That's it. And they don't want to contribute in a way that is beneficial to everyone. And it's a selfish mentality. I say it all the time. And that's the problem with modern dating for the most part. Nobody wants to really, I don't say nobody, but a lot of these women don't want to work with a man. That's why they want him to come with all the money, pay all the bills. You got to do all this. That's unrealistic and that's never going to work. So it's going to yield, unfortunately, a lot of women and men single because there's no cooperation. And men aren't, I said this, a man shouldn't be judged or considered based on his wallet size, how much money he makes. There are other things that you should be looking for when it comes to a man that you want to be in your life. It shouldn't be just about money. It's not about money. High value does not mean a lot of money, in my opinion. There's more to a high value man than just your looks and your money. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's like saying a high value woman is just her looks and her vagina. That's it. So there are a lot of women, who might, she think every woman thinks they got the best vagina, but she might look nice and all of that and have aesthetically all the things you want. But is that all you're looking for? Are you looking for substance or somebody you can just hit it and quit it? Because that's what she'll be good for. She looks good. She gets you aroused. She willing to give that cooch. It might be good. And that's all you going back for. You're not going back for her intelligence, for her femininity. You're not going back. She don't have any of those other qualities. She just look good and she's willing to give that cooch and she gonna give it to you. You gonna take it and you gonna keep going back for that till you can't get it no more. But you're not gonna wife her up. You're not gonna commit to her. You're not gonna do all that if she's masculine, if she's aggressive and she's mean. But she'll give you the sex. Is that somebody you gonna turn around and wife up? And if you do it, if that's what you like, hey, I ain't mad at you. That's on you. But when for the most part, most men ain't trying to deal with no woman who's trying to take all their money and talk to them stupid and treat them badly. But she got good loving. You gonna if she gonna give that loving, you gonna take it and you gonna move on till it's time to get that again. That's what we're seeing out here. So yeah, it's just what it is. Excuse me, y'all. So yeah, you'll tolerate her to get the loving, and then once you get that, you out her way because you couldn't tolerate her for too long. You couldn't be with her other than after you got the loving from her. You couldn't do it. Lisa Fenwick, thank you so much for the super chat. Says my mom worked part-time. Oh, excuse me, y'all. My mom worked part-time and bought necessities for the kids. My dad paid all the bills. We were working class, but this is also normal among affluent people. I'm sorry, but Black women are getting worked over by Black men. What do you mean when you say worked over by Black men? Elaborate. I think that's an interesting point. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. You said Black women are getting worked over by Black men. What do you mean? Like, if you could elaborate a little bit more, I would love to hear what you're saying. Because I know that, because personally, that's not my experience, but maybe that's somebody else's experience. But that's not my experience. Like I said, my husband worked and paid all the bills. I was a housewife, still pretty much is. All these years, my kids are basically all just about grown. And my husband worked and paid, but there was no elaborate spending either. You know what I'm saying? There was like no fancy lifestyle. It was a normal, what I would consider middle-class lifestyle. Not all these trips and all these things. No, being at the house, having everything that you need, occasionally having things you want, raising the kids, focus on the kids' needs and what they had, what they needed, and that's it. Not all these trips like these women are talking about nowadays. Want to take trips all the time, girls' trips, want to do all these things, spend all this money, these elaborate things that they think is normal, because a lot of women who make their own money, they spend a lot of it on these elaborate things, and they want men. They've created a lifestyle for themselves, shall I say, and they want men to maintain that lifestyle. When, in my opinion, it's not realistic with working class people, because you have a responsibility to your family and the kids. So I think, and once again, to your point, I think that's that situation. Everybody's situation is not the same. And that's why I don't put everybody in one category, Lisa. I'm not saying all men are this or all women are that, but it's the ones that it applied to, the women who are complaining about it, just based off of what people say. Because like I said, I speak to my experience is not like that. And I know other women who don't have that experience either. And I think like minds find each other. People who have similarities in their relationships, they end up linking, they end up meeting up, and you share your stories. Same as people who have, and that's on a positive note, people who have negative experiences, they usually find each other and they elaborate on the negativity. But my thing is this, I think it's important to, and I think kind of how you pointed out in this super chat, is your mom's situation, but we got to understand that's not everybody's situation. And I just don't like how specifically women generalize that all men are this way. And I speak to this all the time, because they're not. All men are, no, there are a lot of good men out here who are married to their wives, who have wives, taking care of their kids. They're not all deadbeats. Just like I don't think all women are bad. I think there are some women who are selfish and don't know how to be in relationships. And I think all of this goes both ways. There's no generalized, I think it would be disingenuous to say, and I'm not talking to you, I'm just speaking in general, disingenuous to say all men are this way. That's what we've been hearing. All men are just deadbeats and this and that, and they run out and they don't do this. But there are a lot of men who are actually good husbands, and there are a lot of good wives, and they're married and they're taking care of their responsibilities. And there are some who aren't, and the ones who aren't, is not just men, but it's also women who are not good women, who don't know how to be wives and don't know, were never raised and don't know how to be in relationships. They only know the streets. They only know how to work with several different men. They don't know how to be in a stable, solid relationship with one man. So there's a variation of all this out here. Don't get me, and that's why I speak to it. And I just think that, I think to me, it's best to speak from your own experience and not just generalize everybody or put everybody in one category, because it's too vast in order to do that, But thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Avenge the Ancestor says, DeeDee, I love the way you be kicking straight facts. Thank you. I tried. Facts, opinions, whatever you want it, however you see it. That's just my thoughts on it. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's see. C. Irvin once again says Germany for 8 years. Oh wow. 8+ years. The independent woman thing has reached over here, sadly. God dang. But not on a big scale like back home in the US. Wow. I'm not surprised, actually. I am not surprised. Well, shout out to you. I was talking about my son. He was that last month or so. He just jumped up and went to I keep forgetting where he actually went, but it's somewhere in Germany. Just jumped up, didn't tell us, and was gone, child. Gone and took a hold and responded once he was in Germany. Scared the crap out of me. We didn't even know that he left. That was the crazy part, And now he's like, yeah, I won't ever do that again. I wouldn't tell, he was like, he didn't tell us. He was just up and gone. We knew he wanted to go, but he was just up and gone and went. And then, I'm like, he was there for like 7 days, and he loves it over there. That's the thing. He loves it over there. But the way he went about it, we was just tripping out. But thank God he went and he came back and he's fine, because I was worried as hell. But thank you once again, C. Irvin, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah. So yeah, once again, like I said, I think it's important to understand yourself and understand others so that you can have a better chance of getting what you want. Everybody's life is not the same. Everybody have different circumstances. Everybody have different outcomes. Some people could relate to each other, some can't. But I always say I respect other people's differences. But unfortunately, there are people who don't respect yours. And I don't, like I always say, and I'm not trying to be harsh when I say I don't really be giving a damn what you choose to do, because I don't control that. And I'm not trying to control people's lives. I like to give my perspective, my opinions based off of my experiences and what I see. And this is how I know. And I can speak to the fact that there are good men out here because I have a good one. And I know other women who have good men and they're married to them. While we have a bunch of other women complaining about men because maybe that's not their experience, we hear so many women, and I know personally women who've had good men and walked away because they thought that something was better. When they got out in these streets, that's why I speak on Tia Mara, because she's kind of doing that same thing, and she's not alone. A lot of women have good men, they walk away from them and then complain about there ain't no good men, but you had one, but he wasn't good enough. So I think a lot of women specifically, and there are probably some men out there too, but women are the most vocal. So this is why I focus on them, because they are the loudest, and they're really out here pushing this and not really being genuine about it, not really taking into account themselves, you know what I'm saying? And their part in all of this, because everybody has a part. If you meet a good man and you don't really want him because he don't have enough swag, then that's on you if you can't find one after that. A lot of women think that they have all these opportunities because they are a woman and they have a vagina, but a lot your opportunities do run out, unfortunately, and we see it happening. And I say this too. I say this to men and women. Being unrealistic and superficial may leave you single, because if your focus is more on what she looks like or what he looks like, how tall he is or how fat her butt is and how good she looks, and that's it, then that's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna come across. You're not gonna find a woman who's that nurturing, cooperative woman that a lot of men say they want. And if that's what you want, then you got to start thinking differently. Now, if you just want a woman with a fat ass, if you just want that, you want a big butt, you want a cute face, then that's what you're gonna keep getting. Then that means she may not be into you fully. She might be a gold digger. I mean, you might come across one who has all of that and still is a good cooperative woman, but more than likely you don't come across that. You have some qualities and not the others. Because once again, we all don't have it all. We don't have it all. You're not gonna find it all. And it's up to you to vet these people, whether it's a man or a woman, for the qualities and the things that you actually want. But keep in mind, there's something that you're gonna miss because you're not gonna get it all. Once again, we are all flawed. We are not 100% perfect. We're not perfect. We are flawed. So you got to understand, when you're looking for somebody, he or she is not going to have every single quality that you are looking for. But the key to it is finding the man or the woman who has the qualities that are most important to you. And that's it. And if you can find that, roll with it. Love that person and respect each other and build your life together. That's it. All this other stuff is doing too much. It's extra, and it's why people are by themselves complaining. That is it. That's that. So I talked a lot on that, y'all. Let's go ahead and we're gonna move on. Fat ass ain't nothing special in 2024. That ain't enough. Exactly right. Grab you a holy woman. Don't grab the gold digger. Right. The ex-wife 49er squad still bashing their ex-husbands years after divorce. Child, why? The wall is real. Yeah. Who you can, I guess, live life with forever. Don't let lust override the brain. Yeah, it's a real thing. And I think, depending on what you want, if you want to be out here in the streets, to the end of your days, just grabbing and smashing whoever, and that's all you focus on. If that's what you choose to do, listen, I'm not judging you one way or another. Do you? But if you know what it is that you want, and I think the reason why women have a harder time is because they have certain expectations of men. They have a expectation that they've created. They think high value man means a man's supposed to just take care of them no matter what the circumstance, situations, and not expect anything from them. They think a man is just, make all the money, buy me stuff on rotation, buy me stuff, consistently buy me. That's it. That's all they care about, stuff. They don't really care about much else. And so that is, that is not going to be easy for any man. Even men with money have budgets. This is the part I think a lot of people don't understand. Men who have a lot of money have budgets. A lot of these wealthy people, because there's a difference between rich and wealthy. A lot of these wealthy men, they have certain times of the year where they spend. They don't just spend willy-nilly like people think. And I think these women don't realize that when you finally meeting a man with the money, he's not just spending on you. Oh, well, men don't treat women like they used to. No, you assume that because a man makes a lot of money that he's just going to spend it on you. And you see social media and you see, these celebrities, and not realizing that on these reality shows, I said this a while ago, these people are working. That reality lifestyle show that you're watching, that's a job. Half of them trips that they're going on, the production and the management team or the people producing the show is paid for that. All them going out and eating all the time, that's to promote the establishments and the show. So they'll have a setup, a place to be. But people are taking this literally and thinking, oh, we're supposed to be outside. Oh, we're supposed to be eating at this restaurant. That, there's a reason why when you see the housewives shows, they show the name of the restaurant. That's part of the promotion. Oh, y'all come in here and sit in this restaurant to promote this restaurant. We allow you guys to use our setup to promote our business. It's all business. People are taking business trips. These are business trips. But these folks watching get it twisted and don't understand business and think, oh, this is the lifestyle we're supposed to have. And they're selling you that as well because they know you're going to go out and buy stuff because of it. I remember Gabrielle Union and other celebrities said too, look, all this stuff that I'm getting, these people send this to me. You get sent bags and shoes and dresses to wear because you're a walking promotional tool as a celebrity. So a lot of that stuff they don't even pay for is being sent to them, but regular, everyday, average people are out here trying to live up to what they see, and those people are not even doing that. So that's why I say you got to be a little bit more smarter and wiser and pay attention to what's going on, that there's an agenda, and you can't expect a man to just give you all what you see on these superficial reality shows, because it's not realistic. So yeah, that's my point. This is why I say part of the reason why a lot of these relationships ain't gonna work. But let's go ahead and move on. So I want to go on to and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the Kevin Samuels Kendra G video. I'm gonna play it because I've never reacted to it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give my 2 cents on it, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. We got 216 people watching, y'all, but we only have 153 likes. So please go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. That is super, super important. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
I'm 41, right? So when I listen to the women, when I was in the 30s, when I heard the girls come up here, they remind me of myself, because I was like, he got to have a lot of money. He got to take care of all the bills. That's what I was on. And I run in those circles. But what I've learned is a lot of those men just couldn't be faithful. So then I learned, well, that's my deal breaker. Faithfulness is my deal breaker. So I've been blessed.
So the question I have then is, because I hear what you're saying, but then I'm also like, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Because you 41 years old, married, any kids?
Nope, I froze my eggs though, so I got a safety net just in case.
So you're accustomed to a certain standard of life.
This is true.
And if a man is making the median of what a black man is making, $42,500, he can't afford your standard of life.
Right.
So is that my problem?
See, it's the reality of the world. See,
right.
What happens far too often, especially in our communities, black women wait too long to get married. You wait till you're too old. You wait till you have too much experience, and your experience and your income has gone up, and that is inversely proportional to your sexual marketplace value.
So can I speak to that?
So let me finish making the example, because I hear women come on and say, you know what, that high value thing, I really don't want that because I don't want to have to share him. All right, but then are you going to be able to look at a man making $45,000 a year and respect him to the same level that a high value man would be respected?
I would respect a man who's hardworking, and as long as he doesn't try to minimize me in any way. Now that's the biggest thing. If he's okay with me being my full self.
You didn't answer whether or not you respect him to the same level you respect the high value man.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to say yes, only because I'm going to tell you this. I've dated high value men. I've dated the men with the Rolls Royces and all the cars and all the glitz and glamour. And they always thought because they had the cars and the glitz and glamour that you got to bow down to them. And
I get it.
Now, let me pause for a second, y'all. But that's the exact same thing with the approach that women have now. That's exactly how women are taking it on. Women who make the money and make more than the man feels that they've taken that on. You've dealt with men like that, and now you have become that type of man. So because you make more, you don't feel the need to respect the man who makes less because you think that you're better. And if he can't provide the type of lifestyle that you're accustomed to, he ain't worth your time, and he's beneath you. But you're looking at financials only. You're not looking at the type of man that he is. Does he treat you well? Is he into you? Is he a good person? See, and that's the problem. The women have taken on that mentality of the type of guys that they've come across, or just taken on it in general. And they believe that they're better than the men who make less money because it's all about the money. And like he said, you don't get with a man in your 20s and get married to a good man then, and y'all build together. So now you've established a level of living and a certain lifestyle that you've created for yourself. So you independently did this. So now you feel an entitlement because you did it all by yourself, and you be damned if a man come in and try to minimize you, like she said, or try to take advantage of you, of course, or just, you don't feel that you can respect him because he is not on your level, And so I think that's why the women, the older they get and the more educated they become, they have a hard time with relationships. And it's because your expectations of a man have skyrocketed because you make a certain amount of money and you expect him to make a certain amount of money. And the men who make the money that you make or more, usually either they don't want you because of your independent mindset, or they have that mentality, like she said, they think, they can control you or whatever, which honestly, I just think that's an insecurity that a lot of women have. And this is why they want to be the boss. A lot of women have insecurities in dealing with the man who actually has more. Even though you say you want that, you don't want him to humble you. That's more of an insecurity that a lot of women have. This is why they want to make more and have the control so that they can do the exact same thing that they complain about. Let's continue.
But I'm talking about the man who's working at the post office.
I would say, now I'm gonna tell you my requirements. I want you to be attractive. So if you're a guy that's working at the post office and you're attractive and you
hold on, let me time out. Why do you want to be attractive?
I can't have nothing.
No, let me explain. See, this is what's so wrong with so many of our women. You're supposed to be the attractive one, not us. Okay. Black women today have atavistic mating standards, very primitive, meaning I want you to look good. So he can make $40,000 a year as long as he look good.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he can make $40,000 a year. I'm not.
That's what most black men make, $42,500.
Well, I mean, and when we look at how women move and dating who they get babies to, they probably are dating guys who make less than that. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, because if you look good and you trying to get to the D and he put that D on you real good, oh, you don't care how much he make then. Because I mean, listen, when we have women out here telling other women the good men are in the prisons, baby, you can't tell me nothing else. When you got women out here saying, girl, all the good men in jail, that tells me all I need to know, that you don't really care if he had money, if he looked like you want him to look, and if he gonna put it on you like you need him to put it on you, don't care if he's locked up. You will go get them conjugal visits and put money on his books, honey, and be satisfied, and give him a baby, because you can go ahead and do that too. So it's child, it's a lot. Let's continue.
Okay, so Kevin, so are you saying in your perspective that it's over for me? Then I don't have.
No, it's not. No, what I'm saying is your price is too high.
How is my price too high?
Okay. Well, first of all, you asked me, and I'm going. You're 41 and unmarried.
Right.
You're freezing eggs.
By choice.
Yeah, that's no.
Well, no, I can say that. I was once engaged when I was in college. Okay.
No.
I just got.
See, this is what I mean. The engagement queens. You can't make this shit up.
No, I'm not. Listen, wait.
Stop. Don't overtalk me. No. I said if we could start giving black women credit for engagements. You act like that shit matters. I'm not married, but I'm not by choice. Unless you're turning away proposals of men of value and esteem, it doesn't matter. Y'all talk about y'all are unmarried when ain't nobody that you want to marry trying to marry.
Want to marry you, exactly.
Kevin, can I speak to that?
No, because I haven't got to my point. Because I haven't got to my point. You asked me why is it over for me? That's what you asked.
But I want to say one thing, okay?
Let me get to my point, dude. Let me get.
Okay.
I didn't even. This is why it's over for a lot of sisters too. Look, you can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. You're too opinionated.
That's fast.
That works well in the corporate world when you're making other people successful and rich and fine, but it does not work well when you're trying to connect with a man. Why is it over for many women your age? One, because your income has risen. And females have evolved. Evolutionary biology says women want men to have at least what they have. The older you get, the more money you make, the more education you have, the more resources you get, thereby inflating your estimation of yourself. But that estimation is not your sexual marketplace value. It is going down.
Can I respond? I want to be respectful because it's your platform.
Well, listen, and I think Kendra was just ready to talk at that time. I think now she kind of understands better, but she was just trying to get her points across not really listening, but just waiting to respond. And we do that. Women do. I've done it too. I'm guilty of doing it too with my husband. Well, but see, my husband's like, hold on, wait a minute, he gonna stop me. Hold on, no, let me get my, it's so, I get that checking. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of women need, not in an aggressive, mean way, but it's necessary, and I know it. So yeah, and I think women need that. You need somebody to check you, put you in your, let you know when you overstep it. You need that in a loving way. It's not a controlling way. And I know I need it. That's the thing. And a lot of women know they need it. This is why they say they want a man who can handle them. They know they need, because they know they need it. There's a whole video of a woman, where a man is putting her, she's saying something to him, and he put his hand on her neck and getting her face, and then she laughing and happy about that. And I'm like, that's toxic. But women know they need checking. They really do. This is why when you meet a man who's just saying whatever you want and doing what you want, you don't respect them either. Because it's like I say, baby, a lot of women are cuckoo. I'm just saying, mentally challenged. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, I just think, look, what he's saying is spot on, period. What he's saying is, it just makes total sense. And I think, it's unfortunate that he's no longer here to see that everything that he's been saying has come to fruition. Everything that he's been saying is happening right now. We're seeing it. We're seeing it in real time. And I mean, my goodness, it would have been nice for him to be able to be here to see this happening. Everything he's been saying, it's happening. It's crazy though. It really is. But let me go ahead and finish playing it for you guys.
But do you understand that example I just gave? The inverse proportional relationship.
I understand, but can I speak now? Because I'm being respectful. This is your platform, so I definitely want to honor your rules. I just got out of a relationship in January, and I could be married right now if that was my goal. But I would rather be happy than just married to say I have a husband. And I don't think that should be looked down upon. I don't think that's my honest truth. You could, feel away, but that's an honest truth. I was in a relationship that he wanted. How long were
you in it?
We were together since last year, 8 months. Okay. And he was ready to be married very soon, very early on. And I don't want to be married just to be married. And I'm not going to live with fear and say, oh, okay.
So do you want to be married?
Huh?
You want to be married?
Excuse me?
Do you want to be married?
I want to be happily married. If I get married, it's going to be because...
Do you want to be married?
Oh, did he want to be married? Yes.
Do you want to be married?
I would be married if it makes sense.
Oh, that's the end. Oh my God. Was that the whole thing? I don't know. That's a short clip. I think there was more to it. I don't know. Or maybe that was it. I don't know. But I thought there was more. So he asked her if she wanted to be married, but this was a lot of at the time, Kendra was not really trying to hear what he was saying. I think now she looking back, I think because the way she's talking now is different from back then. And I think she's realized a lot of things in a short period of time, but the way, Kendra was talking in this video is how a lot of women think. This is how a lot of women think. She wants to be happily married, and then she wants to be married if it makes sense. Okay, look, bottom line, do you want to be married? That is the question. What do you mean if it makes sense, and what makes you happy? Because see, that's a tricky question for women. Because your happiness level changes. This is the thing that men either know or if you don't know, you'll know today. What makes a woman happy changes. This is why you hear women who say, oh, I grew out of that relationship. Oh, it doesn't serve me anymore. Meaning, if it doesn't make me happy anymore, then I'm out. There's no loyalty. There's no commitment anymore in this modern way of thinking and dating and society. Marriage is a covenant between two people who vowed before God to love each other, work through differences, build something together, legacy, all that stuff that people talk about. It's not just about the piece of paper. It's about a commitment that you're vowing that we're going to be together. We're going to live this life together until the end. It's not about all the other BS that people like to put on it. Marriage today is a lost art. I said it before. The commitment and all of that, people don't take that seriously. It's about, oh, if you no longer serve me, I'm out. If you don't give me what I want, I'm out. I'm gonna be an independent woman, so I have the space in the room to be out. Oh, you want to do something differently from your grandmothers and the older women, because them women didn't have a choice. Because they didn't work, they had to stay in abusive relationships. They had to stay in the marriages. Their marriages were lasting longer because they were miserable and they had no other choice, so they stayed. So every woman that was married in the 50s and 60s, they just hated their husbands and they couldn't work, and they none of them were happy in their roles. All of them were miserable, and they just stayed because they had no other choice, because they had no money. That's the way it's portrayed, and that's an insult. And to those women who were happy and loved their husbands till their husbands passed away, because a lot of the men passed on before the women in a lot of the cases. But a lot of these older women who said they loved their husband and he was a great man and he was a provider and he was everything, oh, just discredit those. Oh, yeah, that's not the case. She really was just miserable and she couldn't leave. You can't portray everybody. They did it. They try to do it to the people back then the same thing way they do it now, because it's something that you haven't been able to get. You haven't been able to experience a loving husband and a man who's faithful and a man who's a provider. Just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We have so many women out here portraying all men as these monsters and these negative beings. And yeah, there's some out there that exist, but that's not all of them. And so when women like myself and others who come out and say, no, I have a good husband. My husband is good. He ain't perfect. We don't agree on everything. We're human beings. But he's a good man. He loves me. He loves his children. He loves his family. He provides for his family. What else can you ask for? And so when you say that, oh, people try to pick it apart. Oh, well, I bet she ain't even happy. I mean, I've had people in my own family tell me that years ago. But usually the people who say that are the ones who never been married and they've been single their whole lives and they never had that experience. So they don't know any better. And I don't get offended by it for real. Not now, I don't. Because I understand you're coming from a place of denial. You don't believe that these types of men exist because you've never experienced it, nor have you put yourself in a position to do so. And I know personally, real close up individuals who've come in contact with good men, but guess what? Like I talk about, this is why I could talk about it, because I know it to be true firsthand. Women who have met good men and they didn't want him, they didn't like him, or he was lame, he was this. This is a real thing. But you go after the guys who don't mean you no good and are not good for you, and they just knock you up and get you pregnant, and then you end up being an old woman by yourself. That's just how it ends up. You've end up single for life. You didn't require anything from a man, so you got what you got. And then when you came across a guy that probably was worth something, you didn't like him. You dissed him because he wasn't your type and you didn't like him. So you walked over that good dude look, I told y'all I could write a book. And in that book, it will give you all of these examples. So this is why I say, when I'm talking, yes, I have my opinion, but also I've seen this in real life. That's how I resonated with what Kevin Samuels was saying. Because when he started talking about the mothers and the people in your family and them being single mother and all of that I knew he wasn't lying, because I've experienced it. I've seen it up close and personal. A lot of this stuff we say, oh, it's social media, but this is real life. This is nothing new. Social media has just kind of pushed it further out there, but this is nothing new. All of this stuff is real. This is how I know a lot of these women are full of shit. And just to appease others, yes, there are a lot of full of shit men out there too. But there are lots of channels who gonna point that out. You gonna point the fact that there are a lot of full of shit men and deadbeats. Yes, they exist. I can acknowledge that. But the women gotta acknowledge that a lot of y'all are full of shit too. That's all I'm saying. Keep it a buck. Keep it equal. Use that equality that you fought for and understand that, hey, this a lot of this stuff is on both sides. If you want to call the men out, y'all got to be called out too, damn it. It's not just the men, because I know too many full of shit women. That's why I don't fool with too many of them, because they're full of shit. And if I want to be peaceful with my family and live my life till there's no more life to live, then I take that route, because that's why I don't deal with too many women, because they're a bunch of full of shit. A lot of women are jealous and backstabbing and all of these things. That's why I don't surround myself with a whole bunch of women, because I know the nature of women. The cattiness, I don't have time for. I said it before. So it's a choice that you make. Everything that happens in your life that you are in control of, you make choices over. There are certain things that are out of your control now, because you can't control everything. But the things that are in your control, if you don't do that the right way, then that's on you. You got to take some accountability, baby. So, and I think that's where a lot of women fail. They don't want to take accountability. Ain't nobody telling you to go out here and just go grab anybody who ain't worth nothing and just to be in your life and give them a chance. No, I'm saying you need to be more mindful of the people that you allow in your life. You need to be more mindful of the men or women. This goes both ways. Men, be mindful of the women that you allow in your circle. Be mindful of the men that these women allow in their lives and who you're sleeping with. Don't just allow anybody to get access to your body and think that this is going to yield you some type of major great results. And they're seeing it, and you do it over and over. All 3 baby daddies and all this kind of stuff, and you don't want to. You don't really look at yourself and give, have any accountability when it comes to the relationship and the failure of it. Or it's all on the man. All the 3 men you was with, was all. It's just crazy. All of them were horrible, and you were just this saint. And you all gave them babies, and one of them in jail, one of them passed away. One of them is a narcissist. One of them is controlling. One on drugs, and you don't have no accountability for all those types of men that you allowed to be in your life, and you gave them a child, and you don't have no responsibility in that. We gotta do better. You fool with drug dealers, drug addicts, hustlers, narcissists, controlling men, abusive men, one after the other. And each one of them, you said they're controlling, they're abusive, but you know what? I'm gonna give them a baby. Oh yes, I'm gonna risk my life and I'm gonna have his baby. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him the best thing ever. And he was this horrible to me. And I'm gonna keep doing that with each one I get with. None of them saw me as marriage material, nor did you even require it. But I'm gonna keep giving them children, and I'm just gonna pray for the best. Come on, and there's no responsibility on your part with that. That's where the disconnect happens. This is where you got to take some accountability, baby. You can't keep sitting up here doing that and thinking that you're gonna somehow miraculously manifest this great outcome. Oh, I got 3 baby daddies, and all of them, one of them in jail, and one of them is this and that. He's incarcerated because he was living a bad life. But and the other one, he ain't alive. And the other one, I don't know where he at. He's a deadbeat. He don't do anything. Do he see the kids? Nope. He don't do nothing. He don't do nothing for the kids. I'm a single mom raising them all by myself. He don't do nothing. And now you want a man to come in and take care of all that man, all the men, all their kids, and treat you like a princess. Now you want him to do the most. Y'all got to look at that and really analyze that and ask yourself, is that what you want your son to do? And do you really believe that that's realistic? Because I don't think they believe that it's realistic. I think they just throwing it out there and trying to see if it'll stick. If somebody is going to come along and just actually do that. They know deep down that's a bunch of bullshit. They know deep down that that's a bad deal. But if somebody will take it, oh my God, then it's a win-win for them. So yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to you, Paul Harrison. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Says, hey, DeeDee. I've watched that episode of Kevin Samuels. They had to end it having to agree to disagree. Right. Kendra was on her boss bee energy with no substance. Keep being you, DeeDee. You give lots of men hope that there's possibly someone for them. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for supporting the channel as usual. Thank you once again, Paul Harrison. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I mean, if I can give you hope and you know, and you know, some type of advice that can help, that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's probably why I'm here. But I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you once again. But it's crazy, you know, and this is why I say, you know, it's not all on the men. Women got a lot of work to do, but they can't see it. But eventually they will. And like I said, too, I don't think that a lot of these women are as dumb as they like to portray themselves to be. I think they know, but women want to get their way. So they're going to do and say whatever is necessary for them to get what they need or what they want. And if it's up to you to fall for it or not, you know. So and once again, I saw this video where this man, he met this woman, right? He was paying all her bills and doing stuff for her. He thought, you know, he make money. It ain't nothing for him to help her out. He was paying her bills, trying to talk to her, trying to I guess thinking, hey, if I do that, it'll, you know, I'll establish a relationship with her. It'll show her that I'm really about it or whatever. And he clearly liked her, but every time he would call her, she never had time for him. Every time he would call her, she was always busy. And he could never, spend no time with her. So he cut her off. He stopped paying her bills. And this woman, what did she do? Bust the man back of his car window out, but showed up wherever he was at, I think at his job, bust his windows, all that out, and left a note, a derogatory note. I don't know if you guys saw that. I thought this was crazy. And saying, well, I ain't like you anyway. And something else she said. And I'm like, he was like, okay, that's all good because I still got money. And he was showing his money and stuff. But see, that shows you these women just want somebody they can take advantage of because they need to get their bills paid. You know, and it's getting harder and harder for men to simp for them. And so they gotta take drastic measures. So this is why I think now a lot of men are woke to the BS and they're not doing it. They're not out here in droves trying to please these women with money and things because they know that's all that these women want. You know, you have to bring more and show that you are different from those types of women, in my opinion. Otherwise, these men are walking away. If women saying they choosing to be single, well, I guess the men are too. Because what else can you do? I don't think nobody want no gold digger or somebody just trying to take advantage of you. That don't feel good to be taken advantage of. So I think they're struggling because men aren't simping the way they do. The Ruckus, you saw that video? Yeah, that video was crazy. And so that was probably a lesson for him to learn. Hey, don't go out here paying these women bills because that's not going to make them want you. That's not going to make them want you anymore. You just going to be paying their bills. And as soon as she stopped, she was done. And she was pissed because now she's going to have to find another simp to pay her bills. I'm just saying. That's what it is. That's what they out here. It's a game. It's a big game. Let's move on. We're going to move on to this actual Kendra G clip you guys wanted me to look at. So I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna react to it because y'all was telling me about this one. So make sure you chime in, you guys. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We got 252 watching, y'all. Well, 239 watching at this point, 217 likes. So somebody ain't hit the like button. So if you didn't hit the like button, go hit the like button. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go. Oh, this is not it. I'm so sorry. Let me take that down. Here we go.
People.
Hey. Wow, it's my first time. I didn't think I was gonna get in.
You got in, girl. Is your name Heavenly? What you want me to call you?
Call me Heavenly.
Heavenly, where you call me from?
I am from Dallas.
Dallas. How old are you?
I am 39.
39. What you do for a
Today's
living?
my birthday.
Today's your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday,
What's
girl.
going on? Is it Scorpio season? Happy birthday
definitely.
to you.
Oh Lord, no, Kendra.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. What you do for your birthday today?
Do a little dance.
What you do for your birthday today?
Just
Cover your eyes.
That's it. It's a Monday.
Cover your eyes.
I partied over the weekend with like my cousins.
Okay, that's true.
My friends.
So. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Heavenly Dallas, Texas, 39. So you're a Scorpio. You have any kids?
I do. I do have kids.
How many kids?
I have 4 kids.
Four kids. How old are your 4 kids?
I have an 18-year-old. I have Oh Lord, 18, 16, 14, and 4.
Oh, a big
Okay, all
gap
by the
right
same
there.
man?
I have 3 by my ex-husband and then 1 by an ex.
Why you not with the 4-year-old dad?
It just didn't work out. I mean, we've been broke up almost 2 years now, so
Okay, almost 2
it
years.
is what it is.
What
Okay,
it is?
okay.
What happened?
Heavenly
What had
Dallas, Texas,
happened?
39 Scorpio, mom of 4
Lord.
kids. What do you do for a living?
So I am a financial advisor, and I'm a plus size model. So I'm an influencer for the big girls. I do
Okay,
my big
girl.
girl
Look for the big
events.
girls, honey.
I'm pro, like we're bit plus size, but being healthy, being able to move around, enjoy life, that type of thing. Not the plus size and they want to eat, eat, eat. You know what I'm saying? Like the new trend on TikTok where they're eating and as
Well, I mean, clearly she's eating and eating and eating. What is healthy plus size? If you're, I mean, BMI matters, right? I don't think plus size and healthy actually go together. And I think that's a misconception that people have. Oh, I'm big, but I'm healthy. Maybe you don't, or maybe you aren't experiencing the side effects of being obese just yet. It may not have caught up to you just yet, you know, but it doesn't mean that there's no underlying issues that are just waiting to pop out because it's not healthy to be obese consistently. You know what I'm saying? It's not healthy to be plus size on a consistent basis because it starts to affect your organs, your body, your livelihood, all of it. To me, there's no healthy in plus size. I just don't agree with that. Because just because you haven't seen the side effects yet, don't mean that they're not there and they're not an underlying issue. You know what I mean? If you stand up and you can't see your feet, that's a problem. If you 300-400 pounds and you at any capacity and you like 5'5", that's a problem. Fat is around your heart. Fat is all over your body, and that is not healthy. You know. So yeah, I don't agree with the plus size healthy. I don't think plus size is healthy. Uh, is it Tresidential? Tresidential? I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the super chat. Says my marriage is similar to how you describe yours. You have a very realistic take on things. Love the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you once again. And I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I think. Listen, being realistic these days is like a damn a superpower. I'm just saying, it's like because being realistic these days is unusual to most because people don't see that. It's like everybody's so superficial. Everybody's all about the bag. Get to the bag. And once again, I'm old school, so I'm a little older. So I come from a time where it wasn't like this, and I just don't think like that. You know what I mean? I can't think like that. I just can't think in superficial. Never been a gold digger, never been after somebody just for their money and things like that. So that's why I have a different perspective. And I've been living a little while. I'm in my late 40s. So I've had a little bit of life and experience to back that up, being married young and being with my husband over 20 years. It it gives you some life. It teaches you some things. And I think nowadays a lot of people are talking. Ooh, child, a lot of people are talking, but they don't really have the experience. And once again, we all are giving our opinions, but my opinions mostly stem from my experiences. And yes, people can say, oh, it's anecdotal, but I understand that everybody is not the same. So I don't push the narrative generally on everybody. I can understand that things are this way over here and they may be like this over here. Your experiences are what you gravitate to. So, but you still can't put that on everybody. I understand that the world is vast. People are everywhere. Everybody have different upbringings, different experiences. So you're going to have a different view on things. And I respect other people's views, but you got to respect that both ways. And I think women generally have a hard time respecting other people's views. You want people to just adopt what you think is right and what you feel. And you want everybody to just go on that. And then you put all men in that category. And I think that's completely unnecessary. And I don't think it's something you should do. See what I'm saying? Both ways, because I acknowledge, look, every woman is not a trash bucket. Every woman is not a modern woman, selfish, masculine chick. Every woman is not like that. I know women who are not like that, but the women who are not like that, guess what they have? They have husbands. And the women who are independent thinking, masculine, they are single. They're single for the majority. The majority of the women who have an open mind and understand a man, they are usually the ones that are married. They're married. And once again, the ones who think the other way, they're usually single, complaining about men. It's just what it is. So, but thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Successful MD, what's going on? BBW bonus must be saving on heating bills in the winter. Successful MD, what are you saying? Oh my God. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all crazy. Lord, UFO kamikaze, Mary J. Blob. Y'all crazy. He said, Mary J. Blob. Why would you say that? Cases and cams with Daniel Cunningham. Lord, thank you, Daniel, for the super chat. I appreciate you, baby. Let's continue.
Weird to me. That's weird.
Wait, what do you mean? The plus size that eat is weird to you?
No, I'm saying like right now it's a trend where like it's like plus size women and they are like eating like big stacks of waffles and like big things of meat, and it's like a trend or something. I don't know. It's so weird, but I can't get behind that.
I can't get behind that.
It's not weird. They're just showing what they eat. It's like on 600 Pound Life, which is one of my favorite shows. They sitting on there eating. That man had for breakfast, he had a whole like turkey child. He had sausages, turkey, some whole like different platters of food. And then he said, "Oh well, that was my breakfast." I almost screamed. But I think it's a trend for them to show their food and eat it. Now, just because you're not showing your food, we could clearly, I'm not trying to be mean. Shout out to this lady. She might be a lovely person. But I'm saying you don't have to show your food for us to know that you eat a lot. Because your size, you know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Okay. No. All right. Well, you say you're a plus size model. This usually comes later down the questions, but I want to see the Kendra G now.
I got my little stand with me because I'm in the hot seat.
Okay. I want to see the Kendra Kim now. I want to see you do this model walk for us. She says she's a plus size model. So let's see it. Let's see it. Can you give us the Kendra Kim early? This is what you do. You get paid to do this, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see it.
Kendra, she's not a runway model, Kendra.
I hope not. Did it work? Hello? Heavenly?
She's not that kind of model, baby.
Oh, we're frozen. Heavenly, try to come back in. Heavenly,
she didn't want to do that walk.
I'll come back to you. Try to come back in, Heavenly. I think something happened, but try to come back in.
I don't know what happened. It just cut.
DeeDee, you want me to do a video regarding Trina's marriage and his money? Trina. I think I heard about that. Trina, the baddest chick. I didn't even know she was married, but I think I heard a bit of it. Her marriage and her husband. I think I heard something about it where she said he has to give an account for the money he spends or something like that. Child, listen, I heard a little bit on it, but when it comes to these celebrities, I know they full of shit too, but I'll do it if y'all want to hear my thoughts on it. And if anybody has the video of that, can y'all send it to me? DM it to me on Instagram at DeeDee's World Loves. I have it in the description of my Instagram link. If y'all have the video or if y'all could find the video, send it to me, please. I'll try to look for it, but if y'all got it, send it to me. But the little bit that I heard about it is insane. But if you know, like I say, if he wanted to sign up for that and do that, that's on him. But you know, usually those relationships don't last anyway. I'm just saying, and I don't wish any ill will on people's marriages or anything. I think marriage is great, but we know these celebrity marriages don't usually last. Just saying. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says she looks like a supersized peppermint. No, you're wrong. You're wrong for that. Oh Lord, maybe y'all stupid. Lord, I'm sorry. Why would you say? It's because you know, I always found that to be funny when somebody calls somebody a peppermint patty. It just don't sound right. Oh Lord, Jesus Christ, Lord. Now you wrong for this. And I'm trying to be nice. I'll do that because that's probably a nice woman. We don't want supersized peppermint patty. You wrong, baby. You wrong for that one. Seriously. Dang, y'all the trip. Pharaoh, what's going on? Pharaoh says, look like Pumbaa or that fat vampire from Blade. Damn, no, that vampire from Blade was way bigger. Okay, but I get what you're saying. Y'all wrong for that. Shout out to that lady. Ma'am, it's not me, ma'am. I'm just reacting. I'm nice. I'm a nice person, ma'am. You know. They, on the other hand, I can't control the comments. That's they get a little out of character, ma'am. It ain't me, ma'am, Miss whatever your name is, but y'all a trip. Let's go. I want to see this model walk.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the Kendra game. I want to see this model walk.
Okay. Let me go all the way back.
She's the advocate for the big girls and she's a plus size model. Let's get it. Let me see you walk. Let me see you walk. Let me see you.
You know that's not the type of modeling that she does.
Shanjay. Okay. All right, we did it early because it's what she does. It's what she does. So let's start. So Heavenly Dallas, Texas, 39, a financial advisor, also a plus size model. Mom of 4 kids, 3 by her ex-husband, 1 by somebody else. I think I have it all. What kind of man you looking for?
So somebody that's God-fearing, patient. You must be like goal-oriented. I don't like. Well, you gonna ask me about the deal breakers, so I ain't gonna say that yet. But that's the main thing. Like, race isn't important. I don't want a young guy. He needs to be at least 40, at least. That's really it. Somebody that's good with communicating, open-minded, spontaneous. I don't want a boring guy. Somebody with personality, with a career, or you can't be just starting out. You know what I mean? Because I'm established, so it's not, I need a guy with all this big money. He just needs to be put together and not just starting out. Let's just say that. I'm going to leave it at that.
Not just starting out. Okay, fair enough. Now, what are your deal breakers?
I don't date anybody that smokes because I don't smoke. That's number one. You gotta love kids. You gotta be a family person. Like, when I say that, you need to be have a good relationship with your parents, your siblings. I'm not with all that. I hate my family and guys that talk down about women. I can't stand that either. And you're real aggressive and not. I go places. I go to Fashion Week. I travel. I need a man that's gonna compliment that. That I can take you somewhere. We can do put on something nice and have a good time. If I can't do that, we can't build, we can't communicate, then it's a no-go for me.
Excuse me. Well, you gotta take into consideration what the man is gonna want. After all, they're the ones that got to pick you. So that should be your main concern, is what men want. And if you're talking about you're going to fashion week and you're going to things of that nature, a man wants a woman that he can, that he'll be proud to take places. He can walk arm in arm with, and he can look over and be proud that that's his woman or wife or whatever. And he's proud of her. She looks great. He's not, ashamed. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the weight thing becomes an issue. So I don't know what her past relationships were like, but you got to understand, yes, it's okay to want what you want, but the man that you want wants something too. So want what you want, but understand that he wants something too. It's not just all about you, because after all, they are the ones who got to pick you. So if they got to do the picking, they're going to pick what they want, what they're attracted to. That's what's most important. It's not about you, because you don't do the picking. You can look at him, you can want him all day, but if he don't want you, then it's a no deal. It's no deal. You just continue to want what you want, but really realizing what you want don't want you. So there's nothing you can do in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is where the weight thing comes in, because most men, I'm saying, if you're not a chubby chaser, then most men don't want overweight women. That they've made that very clear. And most women don't want overweight men too. So women understand, most women don't want no big fat man. I don't care how you try to slice it. Just like there's chubby chasers when it comes to men wanting chubby women, it might go the other way, but most women don't want big men either. So, but if you're big yourself, I don't think you could be that picky. I'm just saying. Successful MD says, so we have to be 6, this and that, and we are supposed to accept the blob with wigs. Terrible. Yeah, they want you to accept them as they are. Successful MD, take me as I am, because I'm the woman and I got a vagina, so that separates me from the rest. Take me as I am. Y'all shouldn't be picky. Y'all shouldn't have a preference because y'all want vagina. So you need to take whatever you can get. That's the mentality. So because they've been told, with a vagina as a woman, you can have it all. You can have whatever you want. And so that's where that comes from. Oh, take me as I am. You want this. So take it. Accept me. Take me as I am, because you're a man and I'm a woman and you want this vagina. So you should, what you got a problem with? That's their mentality. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. Let's continue.
Don't play with it. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Looks is not really important. It's more about personality and like what they're trying to do. I prefer taller guys than me. I'm 5'6", so somebody's taller than me. The usual, tall, dark, and handsome type thing.
Ooh, child, that's the man you want. That's the man everybody wants, child.
Right, that's what everybody wants. But it's not like a deal breaker. I don't want nobody shorter than me. No, of course.
Nobody shorter than you. Okay.
Not a big deal.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. He needs to at least make 6 figures, at least.
So you have to make at least 100K.
Yes, at least 100K.
So you was married and then you have a child's father. Did both of those men make 100K?
Yes.
No.
Well, the guy, when I got married when I was 18, so of course he was in the military. We did the military thing for a while, so of course not with that. Okay. But then the other guy, yes.
Then why didn't it work out with him? That's the one you have a 4-year-old with, right?
Yes, but we're still good friends. We were friends first anyways.
A real relationship.
We have been knowing each other
situationship
6 years. And then
were you guys always friends? I got a question. Were you guys ever in a relationship, or did y'all have a baby out of a friends with benefits situation?
That's it, Kendra. That's it. Tell the truth.
We were just friends. And then
don't lie.
We ended up getting into a relationship.
Maybe
I would say more so because I got pregnant. I feel like he don't say that, but I feel like that.
So that's why I said. So was it a friends with benefit Okay, so it was friends with benefits. You got pregnant, so then y'all tried to be in a relationship.
Yes.
Right, a
There
full
you go.
relationship. Like moving
So what happened? What was the
together.
downfall? Like, why couldn't it work?
He was never in a relationship.
Because you had 3 kids when you meet this guy, right?
Right.
So okay, so he was fine with that, and then y'all had a
was just
baby. So why
smashing.
couldn't it work?
So, for one thing, he works in the oil field and stuff, so he's always traveling. And then originally, we're not from the same state, so it was already a long distance thing.
Ma'am, we see right through that. Just be honest. I wish people would just be honest. They be lying through their teeth, lying through the fat of their skin. You know that wasn't a real relationship. You had 3 kids. That man wasn't trying to be with you. You was willing to give him some of that cooch, and that's all he got, and you got pregnant, and he walked away. It was convenient. That wasn't no serious relationship. Kendra called it. I mean, come on, any blind person can see that. And they be lying. They really be lying. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. Says she weigh 100. Don't do that. Don't do that. That lady is nice. Oh, she weigh 100K. Goddamn. No. Oh my God. Y'all ever see them videos where the people step on that big scale? And they been shocked about how much they weigh. It'd be like 296, 300. Some of them almost 400. They'd be shocked. They'd be eating, and you don't realize you're gaining that amount of weight. Thank you for the super chat, Pharaoh. Y'all a mess, baby. What's going on, Future King? How are you? Oh my God. Lord have mercy. They be lying though. Stop lying. That's the problem. Be honest. No, y'all wasn't in a situation. You had kids, and that man was like the other lady who came on the show who was like 500 pounds. She had a little boo who she was sleeping with, and that's it. He didn't want to be with her because he didn't want to be with her. That's all. You was giving the cooch. They don't care. If you convenient, they're going to take it and keep it moving. And then you got pregnant and he kept it moving. Let's continue.
Then I work like 7 days a week. So we were going like this. And then when the communication is off, when things are not aligning, it just doesn't work. Like communication is the key. And if I can't trust you, then the disconnect is gone. It's gone.
You slept with him and gave him a baby.
Like, you need to be able to communicate, be clear with everything, and like talk it out. So I feel like he had other things going on the side. I never really had like full proof, but it was killing me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna continue to keep going through this. Like, it's too many men out here to be, I got 4 kids, I'm a plus size girl, but I'm beautiful, I'm talented, I'm successful. And I just feel like why waste time? It's just not worth it for me.
Let the men determine that. Let the men determine if you're beautiful and all of that other stuff. Let them determine. Let them determine that. I don't think anybody should be out here talking about how beautiful they are and and I'm successful and I'm that girl and I'm this, because that's a level of insecurity. Believe it or not. Let the person who wipes you up determine that. Let the person who picked you determine that. Let them tell you. Let them say how beautiful they think you are, how all the qualities they like about you. Let them tell you. You don't have to say it, because you saying it. You that's what you believe. You're hyping yourself up, and I get it. You should hype yourself up, but keep that hype to yourself. Let the man who picks you tell you how great he thinks you are. Let him do that, because usually that's what happens. The man can say what qualities he like about you, why he like you. Leave that to the men to determine. I'm just saying. Don't say it yourself. Let's continue.
Okay. I already went through that, being married and all of that. Military itself is stressful. So no.
Okay.
I just know what I want.
We got some paid questions. Do you want them?
Sure, Kendra. Look, I'm over here dying in this hot seat.
Okay. Divine Photo says, so say if a man that makes 100K and he asked you to shed the pounds, would you do it for him or no?
Ooh, good question.
As of right now, I mean, not for him. I would do it for me. And I am like working on shedding some pounds, you know what I mean? I
Nice,
am working
nice.
on that. So I am working on a healthier lifestyle
Okay,
and
good for
shedding
you.
pounds. Do I want to be 140? No. Hell no.
Why not?
So I want to be healthier. Yes. So not for him, but for me, yes. I do it for me.
Okay. Okay. Adrian Big 30 said, ma'am, no offense, but you're 40 years old, 4 kids, and 2 baby daddies deep. What makes you think a man who makes 6 figures would pass up a bevy of younger women without children for you?
Because I make 6 figures. So
He don't
why
care
I
about that, boo.
mean that why wouldn't he make 6 figures?
No.
6 figures is, I mean, I guess to some people 6 figures is a lot of money, but realistically, because I work in finance, 6 figures is normal. Like 100K a year, that's normal. That's not, you know what I mean? If that makes
No, I
sense.
get it. I think, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. I think
Maybe
what
I'm reading
happens
it
is,
wrong. Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
no, you're not
But
reading it
I
wrong. This is
mean,
what, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you, ma'am, with all due respect, I think you're reading it wrong. And the question was, why would a man making 6 figures or more pass up all the younger, more attractive women with no kids for you? That's the question. I don't think she answered it right. Why would the man look over all the other, more fit women, more attractive women, and choose you just because you make 6 figures? No, she asking, why do you think that she's not, I don't think she answered it right. No, why would a man look over all the other possible choices of women and go straight to you? What there's basically saying is you are not going to be the first pick. Yes, they'll sleep with you because some of these men will sleep with anything. So they'll sleep with you, but they're not taking you seriously. So what man is going to look at you and take you seriously if he has all of these options? That's what they're saying. What makes you stand out and what makes you qualify for them, that type of man, over all the other choices that he might have? That's what's the question. That's what they want. Yeah, like a woman who might be 140 pounds and look more attractive or more agile, and she's more, she can run and stuff like that, or he can pick her up and swing her around and you know feel more powerful, because no offense, but that this size that nobody wants to crack their back. Nobody wants to crack their damn spine trying to pick you. It won't even be a thing, or break their pelvis as whatchamacallit would say. Nobody wants to, hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? Men usually want a woman that they can do those things. You can pick her up and, if you want to, and grab her, pick her up, bring her to the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? He want to have that manliness going on. And most women like that. And even the big girls like that. But I don't think people want to risk injuring themselves. You know what I mean? This is why most men don't want women who are bigger than them, because they know that's going to be a struggle and they don't want to have to struggle all the time. You know what I mean? They can't really do what they want to do if you weigh more than them. They want a woman that they can, and I ain't gonna say manhandle, but you want a woman that you can play do some things with. When you're that big, if he tried, he might hurt himself, and I don't think most men want that. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying it's a factual thing. Most men don't want a woman who weigh more than them because they can't, swing you around a chandelier or whatever they be doing. You can't maneuver that. You just you can't do too much. No, let's continue.
I'm sorry.
I mean, when you're dating and a guy talks to you, I understand if I was someone that didn't have a career or my own money, then probably not. Probably not. He probably would want somebody younger, and maybe somebody that can have more kids and want kids. So I get that, but if you're trying to date me, I already have money, so I'm not the one where I need you to do this and do that. You know, we need to be able to compliment each other. So
let me ask you this: would you date a man that made $70K?
I would.
Okay.
I would. I mean, the 100K. I mean, you asked that question, Kendra.
Well, yeah, I asked that question, but you can answer. Hold on,
You
real quick.
asked that, so that's why. But
no, but I don't ask
deal
it
like that.
Wait,
He
hold
just
on. We
needs
can't
to have
both
a
talk.
career.
Kevin, we can't both talk. I want to say something before you say that. I asked everyone that question, but your answer is your answer. So you don't have to say 100K. You can say it doesn't matter or whatever it is. So just because I asked the question, the answer is whatever your answer is.
Right.
But go ahead. Now what were you?
But that's that echo chamber. You know, when a group of the women just start saying that's what they stuck on. It's like you don't use your own brain. Everybody says 100K. Oh, 106 figures, six. Everybody got a business. Everybody wants 6 figures. Everybody want. He need to be able to take care of himself. They say the same stuff over and over and over. It's that echo chamber of just repeat what the other women are saying, not using your own brain and thinking about it. You know, it's just that. Pharaoh says, should she be preparing for her Kong and Godzilla fight? Lord, stop, Pharaoh. That's not nice, man. Don't do that. I don't need to be laughing because I'm going to start coughing. I got a cold sitting here, y'all. And y'all going to make me laugh and my throat is hurting. Baby, thank you for the super chat, Pharaoh. Let's continue.
What are you saying? Because we were both talking.
I'm sorry. So okay, guys, I'm gonna go back to her question and just say that it's not so much 100K. It's just that you need to have a career. You need to I don't want to meet somebody that's just getting out of prison or just getting you know what I mean, just getting on his feet and he's struggling trying to do this and that. Like, I'm not gonna build a man. I'm not gonna do that. Been there, done that. I'm basically.
And I know she been there and done that. Most of them have. And I think that's the problem. A lot of these women have given babies in their time to the bottom of the barrel men, and they think that every man is like that. You know, I can honestly say I've never dated a jailbird or a pookie. I can honestly say that. I've never been in a relationship with a pookie or a jailbird or anybody who didn't have a job or didn't take care of themselves. I think the women didn't have a bar to set initially. There was no real priority set in the beginning. And so they accepted whatever. And now when they make some money, they all of a sudden think that their standards should go up. But just because you make money don't make you a high value woman. It doesn't make you a better woman just because you make more money. And I think that's what they're missing. You still probably don't have the qualities to attract the type of man you really want. You know what I mean? And because y'all given time and babies to men who probably you shouldn't have given them to. And I think that's what they're missing. So then they say, oh, I know my worth now after 3-4 babies in, 3-4 baby daddies in. Now you know your worth. Now you want a man to come in and accept you and all that. No. You should have standards early on and not accept the bottom of the barrel and now have unrealistic expectations for the next person, not without even considering what you've already created, you know, and that a man of standards and man who has values, you don't qualify for him now. You've given all your time and body and resources to a man who didn't deserve it. Now you expect the most for a man who you don't qualify for, you see? And that's the disconnect and the it's all mismatched. You know, that's why it's not going to work. That's why it's a struggle out in these streets for these single women. I'm just saying. The L Factor says, I'll date a big woman. Okay, shout out to you. But she has to be shaped right. She's shaped like SpongeBob. Okay, so the L Factor, you like the big girls, but you want her to be curvy. You know, you want to have a good shape. And how big are we talking? Is it 400-500 pounds, 600 pound life? Are you okay with that, or just a bigger woman, but she's proportioned the way you like? Because that's where women. That's why a lot of women who are bigger, they're like, oh, I'm big in all the right places. And for a lot of men, they don't care about if you just big. They don't care about being in the right places. They just don't want you too big. Now, you know, and it depends on your preference. So she might feel, but she's shaped like SpongeBob. So, you know, she's not curvy enough. Usually it's the women who are more curvier with the hip area and they have a little butt or big butt back there and they curvy, that might be what you're talking about. Let me know if that's the case. Not, because look, I personally think that certain body types don't look good with a lot of weight on them. That's just me. I think if you are more curvy, like that, maybe that might look look okay, a little bit bigger, but even too big. Now you got thunder thighs, thunder curves, too big. You're just still big. And I think a lot of women who are curvy, they think like you're saying, the L factor, they're big in all the right places, so they don't look like SpongeBob, but they're curvy, but they still be big, like too big. They usually have big arms and big everything, big legs, big thighs, but they're just curvier with it. Now, I will say, I think that might look a little better than somebody that's more top heavy and straight up and down and don't have curves. Then you could say, oh, she might look like SpongeBob. I personally think straight up and down shapes don't look good big. I don't think any of it look good big, but if you're not curvy like that, it tends to look worse because people who gain weight more in their stomach areas and they don't have the curves, when you get big, that type shape don't look good, in my opinion. But I don't think any of it looks good super big. You know what I'm saying? That just is too big. But yeah, I just think that more model type slender shapes don't, usually those types of shapes gain weight in the stomach area. I know, because that's how I am. And so if you get a big old stomach and then you're slim, and that don't look good. You look like Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to watch it if you have a slender model type shape, and because that stomach will get big and you just, you don't have the curves to kind of, you look like Santa Claus. So you got to watch it for real, for real. The women who are more curvy, it goes to their hips and thighs, so it kind of balances out, because then the stomach it don't go to the stomach. Those type shapes usually get the bigger curves, big thighs, big butt, and so the stomach is not as big. So you can put on some shapewear and it kind of looks pretty decent. But so you got to watch it if you're on a slim. To me, you got to watch it all, because all the fat gonna go around your heart either way. But usually if you gain weight in the stomach area more, you got to be careful, because usually those type shapes, you have more, the fat can get to your heart. They say certain, like, I don't know if they call it pear shapes or whatever, or some, slender. I know the slender type shape women with the model body, slim, that weight goes to that stomach area, midsection, and you don't have the hips to balance it out. So when you get that big stomach, you be what they call fat skinny. Oh, that could look bad. That could look bad. So I don't think those type shapes need to gain a lot of weight, because it don't look right. You look better slimmer to me. And so, yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Thank you so much for the super chat. So that's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. Hourglass. Somebody said it. Yeah. Hourglass. Yeah. I mean, slim, Manalik, I think that's how he says. Says slim thick is my thing. Yeah, I think slim thick, a little thick. But if you get like her size, like her, like it don't look good. Them big old stomachs, and then you don't have no curves to kind of that don't look good. Slim people, the weight don't look good on you because it goes straight to your stomach. Stomach be big and the rest of the body be skinny. So that looks bad in my opinion. What's going on, Classic Perspective? Says, never seen a big woman come out of a Lamborghini ever. If you did, you have to oil the doors. Wait. Oh my God. Oh Lord, man, we about to wrap this up, because y'all be tripping. What you mean? I never seen it either, because I don't think it happens, child. Can they get out? They got to oil the doors, child. Jesus Christ. Oh, you really little kid, that little child said, Jesus Christ. That little child, that's what the baby, y'all, I need that meme. Oh Lord, thank you, Classic Perspective, for the super chat. Pharaoh says, I would date BBWs, basically big in right places. Okay, See, y'all have exceptions. Y'all don't care if she curvy and big and got a butt, y'all go for it. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all, the ones who said they would, but I think that's what it is. Certain body types shouldn't be big, and nobody should be 300-400 pounds. Nobody, unless not unless unless you like a bodybuilder or and you muscle. It's all muscle. It's not fat. That's a difference. Or you super tall, and whatever. That's the difference. But if you 5'5", 1, 5'2", 5'3", 4, 5, 5, 5, and you weigh 300-400, that's still too much. That's too much weight. It really is. Thank you, Pharaoh. Divine Photos. The real reason BBWs like her won't pivot is because simps give her empty validation that isn't warranted. Someone needs to tell her health is wealth. Exactly. Because honestly, y'all, thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. It doesn't matter where the fat falls, is that the fat is there in excess. And it's not healthy, period. Just saying. Might look good to you, but it ain't good. And that's the real. That's why they say it though. Oh, I'm big in all the right places. Okay, no, you're just big. Chris T. Third War 504 says, can't lie, I prefer. Okay, what is that? Is it? What's the SSBBW? No matter the shape, but to each their own. So, what does the S? Okay, is it? Tell me what the SSBBW is. It big? Is it big black women? But what's the SS? Because I don't be knowing, y'all. Please tell me. Please tell me. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. Yokozuna BBWs will never be for me. Y'all mess with that. Our 8 shaped thunder thighs, but no muffin top. See. Okay. 100K in calories, 100K in weight. See all the above. Yes, Lord. So y'all telling me, oh, super size? BBW, okay. All right. There's somebody for everybody, right? I guess. Thank you, Divine Photos. A super size. Okay. You for the big girls, right? Thank you. I mean, look, do your thing, child. If you like it, I love it. No shade. J-Rock says there's a difference between a woman with a big ASS and a big ASS woman, right? Nobody is out here trying to date Respucia breaking water slides in the water park like in Orbit. Thank you for the super chat, J-Rock. Well, I mean, we just whatchamacallit just said he likes supersize. So, somebody like it. Is it Akari? Akari King said he likes supersize. So somebody like the supersize, J-Rock. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Classic Perspective says, jokes aside, this woman isn't big through body mass because she would be more solid instead of flabby. She ate herself this big medical speaking. She ate herself that big. Yeah, of course. And she's talking about people showcasing themselves eating food. Well, we see you eat food, and a lot of you just ain't showcasing it. Thank you for the super chat, Classic Perspective. I appreciate you. Commonwealth says, I don't like skinny women. And I don't like big fat women. I like women who are between 140 and 150 pounds, a little less than buxom, very little. Gotcha. Thank you so much for the super chat. Everybody has a preference, And if you're lucky and fortunate enough to get your preference, then, that's a good thing. Everybody has a preference, like what you like. And if you can get what you like, I guess that's a good thing all around. If you get what you like all around, that's a great thing. Thank you, Common Man 80, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, there's some, everybody has a preference. Some men like slim women, some men like thick, in between. Some men like, super size. Some men like big women. Some men like, there's a variation of what men like. So, but I think I've heard from the majority of men say they don't want, I think the majority of men want slimmer women, maybe with some curves or with a body or butt or something, y'all want a little something to grab on. That's what they say. So, your preference is your preference. But overall, I don't think the majority like the super size. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
40. I'm not doing that. So I want somebody that has their life together. That's all I'm saying. Have your life together. Be able to take care of you. Be able to take care of you. That's the main thing. Right. You shouldn't be dating if you can't take care of yourself. So that's all I'm saying. And I thought $100K was reasonable, and it's, pretty average for a 40-year-old.
I don't want to cut you. I almost cut you off, so that's my apology.
No, go ahead.
Let me say this, and this is that's what I will always say. I am not a dating coach. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a therapist. I'm not any of those things. But what I am is a journalist that's been hosting a dating show for over 4 years. So I have a lot of data. I have talked to over literally 10,000 single people. So one thing I have learned, this is a disconnect with women as yourself who make good money, right? Shout out to all the women making 100K or more who doing it in life. I understand the logic that I want a man that makes what I make or more, right? That's a logical reason for most women. It's like, I make 100K, so he should make that or more. I think the disconnect is how men search, right? Like men don't say, oh, well, I will say this. I don't think men want bum, like girls that got nothing going on. But a lot of times they're not dating with the income at mind first. How women do, men think of the things that they require, what they need, and could this woman fit that need? And a lot of times if a man is very financially set, he don't even care about the money because in his mind, I'm paying for everything anyways, right? I got the money, I'm paying for all the bills. So what do I need? And can this woman fulfill the need since I'm overall providing for everything? And I think that's where the disconnect comes from, where the woman that makes 100K therefore desires a man that makes 100K, opposed to maybe understanding how he searches for his match. But we have another question. I want to stay focused. Coffee Killer said, men don't pick women based on their income. Men pick women based on their attractiveness
and that's what you
past
said.
behaviors.
And I received that, and I'm only speaking from like experience. Like me making what I make and then trying to talk to someone that makes $30,000 a year. It never works because the like we'll meet, and of course it's not about the money. It's not, it's more personality. You're hanging out, going for coffee, whatever, and then you start to develop feelings, and then you drive a Mercedes, and big bag, little comments, money bag. Oh, yeah.
Wait, he said big bag or big bank? Did he call it big bag? Big bag or big bank? Which one? Or both?
Nothing to a boss, and then that's a turn off. It always happens. If it's 3 months, 6 months, 8 months down the road, it's always, let
me say this. I understand. That's why I said I understand why women who make a certain amount of money want to date in that bracket because of that reason right there. You don't want a guy because although I don't want to use the word intimidation, but I think men hate when women say that they're intimidated, right? Men don't like when women say that. Right. But I do think men have to acknowledge that sometimes men, like if they're dating a woman who makes more than them and she's living a certain way, that could make the guy feel a certain way. That if a man can't provide for you in that way and you out here, like you just said, those experiences are real experiences. Right. So it's like sometimes women, you could actually price yourself out. Like you could literally price yourself out of men.
And that's funny because that's what Kevin Samuels was telling Kendra in that other video, and she was having a hard time then accepting it. Now it's ironic how things work. Now you're telling other women the exact same thing that Kevin Samuels told you. So maybe like she said, she gets it now. But I don't think the men are intimidated. I just think men and women live differently. Women, like I said, make the money and they spend it. Men are more conservative with their finances. So if or they'll, you know, budget it a little differently. You know what I mean? And so I think it's not that they can't provide that, because see, providing for a woman and providing a lifestyle is two different things, in my opinion. I think women want a man to provide that expensive lifestyle. Most men don't want to do that, you know. I mean, and especially if you're not rich, so you would need, and they're not either. The women aren't either. Just because you make six figures isn't rich. So you're making it, but you're spending it as you're making it, and you need this cushion. You need this man to come in with his money. So if he makes 50,000, 60,000, or anywhere in that, he's not going to be able to come in and pay for all of the debt that you've created. Let's keep it 100. He's not going to be able to come in and pay all your bills and take care of your debts and do all that while you can build your money back up, you know. And I think that's what they want, like I said earlier. Because if y'all putting the resources together, then it would benefit the entirety of the situation. But that's not what women want to do. Because once again, when women make the money, they want to control it. They only want to spend it on themselves. They don't want to really contribute in a relationship for the whole family or the whole picture. They don't want to do that. So that's the problem. You know, they make it, but they only want to spend it on themselves. They'll spend it as a single person. You're going to spend all your money and be in debt, and you're going to manage it. But when you get a man, you want him to come in and take on all your debt, all your bills, and do all of that. And that's not, I don't think anybody wants to do. I would, if I was a man, I wouldn't want to do that. Because, you know, I have to work hard for mine too. And I'm not going to sit here and just spend it all on you because you've created a superficial lifestyle that you no longer can maintain, or you're struggling to maintain. Come on now, that's not realistic. And that's really what it is. That's why they want to work, make money, and have a man come and pay all their bills. They want you to come in and take care of them while they are capable of taking care of themselves. That is the most insane shit I've ever heard. I'm sorry, y'all. That is insane to me. And now you're more superficial, and you've created this life of spending, because that's what it is. You're buying shoes, clothes, purses, everything you can with your money, and now you're struggling to keep it up. So you want a man to come in and keep it up. That's it. It ain't about all that others. It ain't about, because you don't want to put your money with him, with his. You want to just spend his. You want him to create that lifestyle for you. That's it. So it's not, so it ain't intimidation, I don't think. I think it's just they don't want to do that. It makes sense. They're smart to not come in and want to spend all their money on you. Why would anybody with common sense do that? Classic Perspective says 100K man is looking for a woman that ate 100K calories, child. Y'all got to stop with that. Classic, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all a mess, I'm telling you. Y'all need to go get some help. I'm just playing. You know the commercial of Jordan saying, "Stop it, go get some help." Lord, yeah, I mean it's stupid, but this is what they want. They want y'all to take care of that lifestyle that they've created. Spend all your money, trips and all, just spend it all. Just spend it. You know, nothing for the future. Don't plan. Just spend it on them to keep her happy. That's it. So she don't have to spend hers. That's it. $300 nails. I need you to help me pay this every 2 weeks. You know, $500 hair weaves and wigs. They want you to all $300-400 dinner dates. They want y'all to pay for all of that, so they can post to the gram consistently. They don't have to take breaks, because they had to take breaks because they couldn't afford to do it. So now they need a man to come in and re-up that lifestyle for them. That's it. That's it. That's what they want. Let's continue.
And that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. You get going, and then they see long term, because they know like your goal is marriage. Then they're like, why would I ain't no way I'm be able to pay my bills and your bills at the end of the day. And I'm like, well, no, you know, we're building. I'm a financial advisor, so like I can help. You know, I can help you. We can work together, but they don't see it that way. They know I'm a man. So I don't know, Kendra. Look, I came on here to listen to you.
Wait, we're almost done. But let's keep going. We're almost done. So we did the Kendra camp early. We already did that part. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
I don't want to answer that, but it's been
girl. You don't have to. I should have said you don't have to answer.
I know
But
she.
you don't
I know.
have to.
Listen,
3 flaws you have to work on.
Hold on. Wait. Oh, I need to hear the 3 flaws. I knew she wasn't gonna answer that. Low key. I'm just saying. Shout out to you, ma'am. I ain't mad at you, but I knew you wasn't gonna answer that question because you know what I'm saying. There's a reputation out there. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Of course, you wasn't gonna answer that. It's obvious to some. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You still seem like a nice lady. Let's continue.
I need to be more timely, less procrastinating. And I think I can be more open. More open.
More open. Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm honest, I'm hardworking, and I'm loyal. And I feel like I have my shit together, if I can say shit, but I have my shit together. I'm, again, loyal, and I just know what I want. Most guys, the real ones that's ready for whatever. I'm there with you. I'm tired of the BS. It's enough.
Okay. Couple things. LL Cool K said, I love what you just said, Kendra. My question to the young lady is how she would know how much he makes, because a smart man isn't going to lead with his money. Exactly. So how would you know if the guy made 100K?
I would never ask that. But I mean, you can tell by conversation. I mean, just talking to a guy, you can tell where they headed and what they looking for.
Okay.
I mean,
how can you tell? Like, honestly, so how could you tell? The only way because most women assume a man makes a lot of money by the car he drives, by the clothes he wears, because a lot of people, some people in general who make money, they wear it on their sleeve. They wear it. You wear it. Cars, you got an expensive car, they assume you got money. If you wear certain expensive clothes or certain shoes, they assume you got money. That's how they tell. Because to me, a man who is smart with his finances, he's not gonna come out and tell you that. He could be frugal as hell. There are a lot of wealthy individuals, wealthy men who are very frugal. Now, of course, your frugal might not be his frugal because he probably has like may have a nice house in an expensive area, or a lot of them drive regular. They don't drive all them Bentleys and all of that. You'll be surprised by the wealthy men who don't drive the cars you think they should be driving because they're wealthy. That's the thing. Women, they got it misconstrued. Every wealthy or rich person is not wearing it on their sleeve or driving in it or wearing it on their feet and their clothes and all. They're not doing that, a lot of them. So you wouldn't even know if the man is rich or wealthy if he's sitting right in front of you. You would assume a lot of these women would pass up a wealthy man because he probably wouldn't even look like what you think he should look like, because he's wealthy because he's not spending it all. He's not trying to impress you with that. So you wouldn't even know. You could sit in front of a billionaire and wouldn't even know it. And you'll be thinking he broke because he got on some flat little tennis shoes and some shorts and a regular little button down little collar shirt. Cause that's what they be wearing, some little, with them little cargo shorts or something like that, with some little flat little Vans or shoes on, and just looking real regular. They wouldn't even know it. You would think he's broke and all of this, and he driving a Toyota. You would be like, oh, he ain't got no money, because that's how they judge people. Oh, you ain't got no money, and you'd be so misinformed. This is why you shouldn't lead with money. It shouldn't be the things you lead with. You got to get to know a person. And a lot of these men could just test these women easily and knock them out of the race because they're so easily influenced by money and things, and they'd be so wrong. You could be sitting in front of a guy, you could do a whole test on it, dress real plain, and go try to talk to these women. They're gonna look at you like, oh my God. And you have a whole lot of money, got everything, got a house, could change their life, and they wouldn't know it because they're looking at what's on the outer surface. But I love that, because I just think that your money shouldn't, you making money shouldn't be determined by how you dress and what you look like on the surface. I think that's what especially as Black people, we get that so mixed up. You worried about, like I said, to me, I don't see nothing wrong with plain and simple. You know, if that's your thing, you know, it's not really about that. You can have on a plain t-shirt from Walmart, Hanes, whatever, Fruit of the Loom, and some jeans, simple. And what's wrong with that? You clean, you put together, you take care of yourself. What's with the flash, you know? So, but I think a lot of women miss out. I think a lot of women miss out looking for superficial, looking for you to show that tag or show something that represents money. And they don't, and I think the smart men, in my opinion, don't lead like that and don't do that. So you won't know, you would be forced to have to get to know the person because you don't know what he got. But a lot of women will walk away because they think he look broke, so he must be broke, and they miss out all the time. D, I wear plaid shirts and overalls. See, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Wear what you like, wear what you comfortable, as long as you clean. Personal hygiene is important. If you're not, as long as you're not stink, as long as you're not walking around and you don't bathe yourself, as long as you're not walking around just musty and stink or just realistically just walking around just funky, as long as you taking care of yourself, who can wear what you comfortable in. As long as you know how to dress according to what you're doing, for if you're going to a black tie event, you know how to dress for that. You know how to dress accordingly to what y'all going to. That's fine. I don't see just walking around wearing labels all day, every day to show I got money. It's just dumb to me. Thank you, Classic Perspective, for the super chat. That's just me, though. And these women be so misinformed, ill-informed. The L Factor says, I make 6 figures, but I wear t-shirt and jeans most of the time. So yes, DeeDee, you're right. Exactly. I don't see anything wrong with it with t-shirt. I think that's a classic, simple look, manly look, in my opinion. A nice little t-shirt, simple, and some jeans, them rugged boots that men wear, or whatever kind of tennis shoe you like, or a shoe. It don't matter. I don't see nothing wrong with any of it. I would say it ain't got to be Gucci and Louis and from head to toe. I think that looks stupid anyway. Gucci and Louis from head to toe, that looks stupid. You look like a clown, in my opinion. I'm just saying, it don't do nothing for me. It don't excite me to see a man in Gucci from head to toe. That is not impressive to me whatsoever. Now if you know how to dress, you know how to dress. I happen to believe my husband knows how to dress. But he could do it either way. I don't care. He flashy it up a little bit. He got a little style with him, and he know how to put stuff together when he ready to, and he could keep it simple. I don't care. And I was never hung up on that. And mind you, when I met my husband, he worked in the suit. They had to wear suits and ties. They worked in that, and he looked good in that. And he looked good in casual. So, it's just, but I didn't care. It wasn't a big deal. You clean, you put together, but it don't have to be all that. You know what I'm saying? That's why these pop the balloons, which, by the way, we're going to go over. Let me know, put one in the chat if y'all want to see a pop the balloon tomorrow. If y'all want me to go through the pop the balloon reaction tomorrow, one in the chat. I'm only going to do it if y'all really want to see it. Because normally I don't really be doing lives on a Saturday. But if y'all want to see a pop the balloon tomorrow reaction, one in the chat. If I get enough ones in the chat, I'll do it. But one's in the chat if y'all want to see the newest pop the balloon. I think it's episode 30 tomorrow. Let me know, and I'll do it. But thank you so much, L Factor, for the super chat. I appreciate you, sir. One's in the chats. If y'all want to see the pop the balloon reaction tomorrow, we'll go through the whole thing if y'all want to do it. 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to see it, we'll just go through that and then leave that there. If y'all want it, I'll do it. If not, then I won't. Let's wrap this up. Here we go.
I just say conversation. Okay. I'm never gonna ask you how much you make. Like, that's tacky as hell. Okay. Very tacky.
Mo Black said, "Why don't she date guys in the financial sector?"
I do.
Get it together.
I do.
They ain't checking for you, baby.
Power Driver said she doesn't want to build a man, but she's giving financial advice.
No financial advice.
You're a financial advisor, I guess. Oh, so people come to you on how to use their money already.
Well, no. So, my background is in like business management. So, like, like you come to me, you want to start a business. You want to know the ins and outs. You need business capital. You want to know about investing, bookkeeping, tax preparation, LLC, all of that type of stuff. So.
Okay. Okay. All right. Did I ask you why would a guy be lucky to be with you, honey?
Yeah, you did, Kendra.
You did. You
okay.
Did.
All right. So a couple of things. You're 39. What's the age range you want to date?
30, 38. Well, actually 35 to 55.
Okay, 35 to 55. Could the guy have kids?
Of course.
Okay. Should he be in Dallas, Texas?
Preferably, but no. He doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be. All right, Heavenly. Are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
I am today.
Okay, is your name Heavenly?
Yes, Heavenly.
Let me pull you
Heavenly
up.
Doll.
And again, I keep telling you guys, we're going to release a newer version to the app this month. Prayerfully so, child. I don't want to give dates because whenever I give dates, I feel like the date changes. But it's going to have all the cool features. It's going to have face verification. So you'll have to have a face verification to the picture that you want to upload. Heavenly, you say you just did it today?
I just did
a good picture.
All right, Heavenly girl. All right, girl.
You
There
look
you
good
go.
in this picture, girl.
Thank you.
Okay,
you got me in the
Heavenly,
hot
that's her
seat
name.
right now.
Say again.
That is me. I say you got me in the hot seat, girl.
No, you got yourself in the hot seat. Oh, we see in the Kendra Cam. She got the body.
All right, the heavyweight lover in the house. The
Everybody.
heavyweight lover in the house. The heavyweight lover is in the house, child. Shout out to Miss Heavenly. I hope she finds what she's looking for. You know, everybody need love. Everybody need love. Everybody ain't gonna find it though. But hopefully, you know, she can find what she's looking for because, you know, it don't matter if you a big back, a small back, medium back. Everybody want love, you know? So I hope everybody can find what they want in life and be happy. And that's it. Because listen, we only have one life to live, child. So live it to the fullest. Do you. Don't care what nobody else think or say. Live your life. If you like big backs, enjoy them. If you can get them, enjoy them. If you like small backs, if you can get them, enjoy them. Do what works for you. You know, not about what everybody else tell you should do. You at the end of the day, do you, because I can't live your life for you. You can't live mine. If you want what you want, try to find it. If you can get it, kudos to you. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at people who get what they want. Get what you want if you can get it. That's the thing. But it seems like a lot of people out here struggling to get what they want. They can't get it, and they're mad and bitter and shaming other people for it. That's what you shouldn't be doing. That's all I'm saying. Do you live your life, be happy. But if you don't get what you want, don't get mad at if they're all men. Don't get mad at all men because you can't find the one that want to take you seriously and you don't want to make any adjustments or changes. Don't get mad at everybody. Be mad at your damn self. Because if you're not willing to do nothing to change your outcome, that's on you, boo. That's it. Stop shaming everybody if you don't get what you want. That's all I'm saying. Keep it moving. Live your life. As long as you're breathing, you can make adjustments and changes and do so to better your outcome. That's all I'm saying. All right? So I ain't mad at women. I ain't mad at men. I don't hate women. I don't hate men. I love everybody. But I got an opinion on some of y'all because some of y'all are out of order and you don't know what you're doing. And so I'm just giving an opinion. It don't have to be factual to you. It's just my opinion. Y'all got to learn how to accept people's opinions, you know, and keep it moving because my opinion does not change your circumstances. You do that. That's what you're for. You're in control of your life. And we got a bunch of independent women, so you can't blame men because you're making all the choices yourself. Ain't no man leading you because you don't really want a man to lead you. You're leading yourself. So if you're leading yourself in the dirt, slap your own ass because you are messing your own life up. Nobody else is doing that. You knock your own self in the head because you are leading yourself in the dirt. That ain't nobody else's fault. We got a bunch of independent women making their own decisions, calling all the shots. So when it don't go your way, slap your own ass and tell yourself to get it together. Don't blame all men because they have nothing to do with it. Okay? That's just my bit of advice. That's it. That's my 2 cents, y'all. And on that note, I'm about to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out, y'all. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Once again, do y'all want? I saw ones in the chat, so I guess I guess everybody. I guess that's fine. So hopefully I see you guys tomorrow, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll just go through. We'll react to the newest. What is it? Pop the balloon if y'all want to see that. And y'all could give y'all thoughts on that. So that should be fun. Garudo Legend says, I want to become stronger as a male, but the thing I realize I attract gold diggers and scallywags. I think it is a curse. Oh my God. Why do you think you okay, that's for another day. But Garudo Legends, why do you think you attract scallywags and gold diggers? What is what is it? Are they looking at the kind of car you drive or something like that? I don't know, because those are the things that usually attract those types of women. Bring them out the woodworks, I don't know, but that's something you got to work on, baby. But anyway, y'all, I got to get out of here. Thank you, Richard. You too. Thanks, y'all. I hope you guys have a great day. Y'all be safe out here in the streets. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. Stay blessed. Be safe. Hit the like button on your way out, y'all. Yeah. And I wish you guys, everybody watching, thank y'all for the support. Super chats, cash apps. I appreciate everybody who supports the channel, who like the videos, who share the videos. Make sure you are watching the videos already posted on the channel, you guys, and hit the like button and share them if you can. And also hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. So thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all know that. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see you soon. Mwah. Later.